gentlemen, it is us, Dragon's Greed Gaming, and welcoming you back to another episode of Mork's Madboyz, our Warhammer 40,000 Wrath and Glory, all orc, all greenskin campaign. Thank you so much for joining us. We're delving into episode 14 tonight. But before we do, as always, if you haven't already, stop by Facebook and give us a like there and a follow to hear all the latest news about the show and the podcast we've got coming up. At this point, it'll be this year, 2023, but it's still 2022 right now. And be sure you stop by Spreaker where we host the podcast. Give us a thumbs up there. Stop by our YouTube channel. Give us a subscription if you could. It really helps support us as well. As I've been saying, we've got some actual video content coming in 2023 with some Warhammer Fantasy battles. That's the old tabletop. So we've got a Tale of Gamers series we're going to be running, probably monthly. So be sure to check that out as well. And if you want to throw a couple coins into the Dragon's Hoard, please stop by our Patreon and consider joining us there. We've got 4 different tiers of goodies and pledge levels that you can get in on. And yeah, you might find something there you like. Even if it's just for $2 a month, every little bit helps. And it's going to help us get stuff like extra kit, our hosting costs, things of that nature, you know, subscription fees for some of the things we have to have and do. And yeah, the more we have there, the more we can push and maybe make this more than just a hobby gig in the future. At least that would be the ultimate goal, I think. But whatever you can do to help us out, we appreciate it. Whether it's giving us a thumbs up or tossing a couple coins in our direction, we appreciate it all. All of it is helpful, and we thank each and every one of you. And speaking of thanks, I want to give a couple shout outs. First to some new YouTube subscribers, Cooper Cox and George Gaston. Thank you so much for joining us there. And especially thank you to Cooper, who has been liking and commenting and thumbsing up all of our Wrath and Glory episodes. I know you're eager to hear the next episode and you can't wait a week. I wish we could do more than one per week, but that's all we've got in the docket right now. But thank you guys for joining our YouTube family. And a special thank you to our newest Patreon member, Scar. You've heard me mention his name before. Scar is the host of the Twitch channel, The Neon Swamp, and that's Scar, SCAARR. Check him out. He does tons of role-playing game things. You may have heard me over there on the Neon Swamp a couple times this year, playing in a variety of games. We did basically a different RPG system every month, and I was fortunate enough to play in some Alien, Mothership. I ran a game as the Zombicide RPG. I played some Vampire the Masquerade. He did some Merkbjor. All sorts of cool stuff. So check out his channels as well. He's hoping to get into some podcasting next year, but he's got some great Twitch stuff and a lot of content too. So thank you for joining us, Scar. We appreciate that. And check out his channel because he's got some really good stuff there. If you like RPGs, you'll like what he's got. Plus, he always puts on a different costume for his monthly games. So if you want to see him dressed up like a Nostromo crew member or Edgelord Goth for Vampire, check it out. But without further ado, let's hear from our players tonight. We got the whole gang back together again. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and anything exciting as we are heading into the week before Christmas, or any other cool stuff you've been up to. Let's start it off with the Frog. What's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm the Frog. I'm playing Heachacka as always, and I guess this week I've mostly been trying to wrap things up, and I've done a bit of Christmas cookie baking in order to test out these like 3D printed cookie cutters that I got for my new sister-in-law, who is a big fan of the movie Muppet Christmas Carol. So we've got like Frog Cratchit, there's a Michael Caine one, the Rat, Gonzo. There's a couple other characters. They're very like weirdly detailed. So I was worried that like they wouldn't cut and come out appropriately without a bunch of doctoring and things like that. So I did a test recipe, and they seem to come out all right.
Okay. Did you print them yourself, or did you have them printed somewhere?
Oh, I just bought them on Etsy, and I was like, well, if I had bought a 3D printer, which I sort of want to do, maybe that'll be something that turns up in my Christmas gifts this year if I'm lucky. But that would be convenient. But no, just purchase them. Somebody's got the artist acumen to, handcraft themselves some strange visages of miscellaneous Muppet characters onto a cookie cutter.
Well, man, you hop onto that 3D printer train, man. That opens up a whole nother bag of worms, especially for like miniature gamers like us. There's so much, third-party stuff, especially for 40K and Warhammer.
I see on like the Blood Bowl subreddit that are
off
the chain.
Yeah, and my buddy Tom actually got a sculpt of Scarbrand that he's using for 40K, and I mean it looks just like him, but it looks a little different than the GW model, and it's still huge, massive wingspan, and it's like half the price that the GW model is. I mean, I get it, stuff's expensive for some people, and when it looks as good as it does, for some of those people that have those really nice 3D printers, it's pretty cool. So, yeah. But I think my buddy Jeff has been doing a lot of 3D printing too. He's kind of turned it into a business. So, I see that stuff all over the place nowadays. Good stuff. All right. How about the War Boss, Eric? How are you this wonderful evening?
Hello. I am doing well. I play Loktar, the War Boss, former commando. Doing good. I will say that 3D printing is a hobby in itself, so if you get into it, make sure you're
it really is. Yeah.
Like prepared for, the breaks and the repairs, the new parts. It is something. I have a resin and a FDM printer. But
how long have you had them for? Have you been using them a while?
A couple years, yeah.
What do you mostly print?
Like cosplay stuff. Like I printed a bunch of like helmets and weapons. So I have like a Mandalorian helmet, a Power Ranger helmet.
Oh, cool.
Some different weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of red.
Nice.
And,
do you go to like a lot of cons and stuff, or you just print it to print it?
I'd like to. I talk about it a lot, but it doesn't ever tend to pan out the way I'd like.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Especially when the world ended 3 years ago.
Yeah. That's when I really got into the 3D printing. It's when I was bored at home.
Yep.
But
look at all this cool shit I could do stuff with, but I can't leave the house.
Yeah, and then the resin is mostly like bits and stuff for my armies. So
oh yeah. Shoulder pads and chest pieces galore.
Yep, and weapons. Lots and lots of chain axes.
Awesome. Oh yeah, speaking of chain axes, we got some more drip feed stuff for World Eaters, man. Angron is a fucking beast. Oh my god.
That's
fucking 36 attacks. Incredible.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like 12 base attacks, and then like with a lot of characters he can do his weapon like as like a stronger attack that just like melts characters and vehicles, or he can do stuff for clearing out, the chaff. And when he does, he gets to make, 3 attacks for every attack on his profile? Or something crazy like that. Yeah. So, yeah. Just fucking grind stuff.
Fair and balanced.
Sounds like there's some sort of like blood tie thing where you can like bring him back if he dies in battle.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that. They haven't shown the rules yet, but oh man, so cool. So, I mean, I'm okay with like the best guy in close combat in 40k being able to murder like a squad or two at a time if he
Everything.
can get there. Like that's how it should be. I mean,
180 guardsmen in 6 turns.
it's funny you bring up guardsmen because on the community article they mention the other two Primarchs, Mortarion and Magnus, and how many guardsmen they can usually kill on average in a single turn. And like they had like a guardsman meter, so it was like a chart with like silhouettes of guardsmen for how many they could kill. And you know, with Angron, it was like I don't know, something silly like he could like theoretically easily kill like at least 30 guys a turn or something crazy. It was fucking awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Wow. Rough to beat guardsmen in the 40k universe.
Yeah. Or basically, if you're a guardsman, you're better off fighting Magnus the Red than Angron in close combat.
Yeah,
Or
I
really
just
at
want
all.
him to melt my mind and make me see visions of chaos instead. Tough
Yeah,
choice.
well, he only kills like 13 guys on average with his psychic powers, so you know.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
There's
how
gonna
many
be
turns
some-
is he gonna get to do it with his invulnerable saves and whatnot?
Hey man, there's gonna be way more than 13 guardsmen fighting Magnus the Red. Like, there's gonna be like 113. So.
Yeah, he's gonna kill one squad and then eat a whole bunch
Yeah.
of flashlights.
Yeah, as Jeff used to say, if you point enough flashlights at something, it will burst into flames. Awesome. All right, Sean, tell us about yourself and who you
Yes.
are and why you're here.
Well, I'm Sean. I'm here to play Peppa MD and his grot friend, orderly, Mr. Pibb. And, you know, whichever Dr. Pepper subsidiary we can tack onto his other weapons or items. Nothing really special, just getting ready for Christmas. It snowed for the first time up by us. That was interesting. Kind of like a slushy snow, so I don't think it stuck, but oh well. Oh,
By interesting, you mean vomit-inducing? Yeah, super interesting.
damn, dude. Frozen water makes you throw up. You might need to see a doctor.
Yeah,
It's bad news, bro.
I hate it.
Isn't your favorite like holiday Halloween, like right next to like the Christmas season?
Yeah, and people need to fucking keep Christmas in December where it belongs.
I don't disagree.
If I see one more Christmas tree in July or October, I'm gonna burn down a store.
There's a whole other holiday in between those.
Exactly. No one fucking cares. Fucking
Oh.
so dumb.
See, we've had a tender spot.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of Dr. Pepper, we got a new hire at the office, and she likes Dr. Pepper perhaps more than I do.
Wow.
Or-
What?
Yeah. I mean, I don't drink as much Dr. Pepper as I used to back in the day, but I've seen a few Dr. Pepper cans around the office lately. I'm like, you and I are getting along just fine. So that's been pretty cool. And last but certainly not least, we have the Kyle. Hello.
Hello. I am Kyle. I will be playing Grave Scocha, the burner boy who almost blew his own shit up last session. And yeah. Interesting. I don't know. Finishing up Christmas stuff, so I should be good to go by tomorrow, I think.
Okay. Well, I ain't doing shit for Christmas other than taking the last week of the year off with my remaining PTO, and it slots right in between having Christmas Monday off and New Year's Monday off. So I've got a nice like
Ooh.
10-day weekend coming up, which I'm gonna need because last week was awful, and this coming week my boss is on vacation, so I'm by myself again. So it'll probably all be burned down by the time this week is over.
My boss is also on vacation this week, and I will also be by myself
Yeah,
at my new
well,
job. So,
Everybody's got to use their remaining time, and it's just, you know, before you know it, it's December, and everyone still has like a week or more left. So,
yeah,
gotta do what you gotta do. But
big rip.
at least we finally got some help. So that's the new hire. They're training her up. So hopefully things will get better next year. We'll see. But anyway, I'm the Great Unclean One, and I am your host. And what have I been doing? Still playing lots of Darktide. Got my veteran up to level 30 last week. and now we're working on an Ogren who is about halfway through his journey, 15 or 16, I think. So climbing the ranks there. And that's really about it, man. It's been pretty busy with work and everything else, so not a whole lot of time doing other fun stuff, but trying to squeeze things in when we can. Buying way more games than I ever will play or have use for, but, you know, can't help it, man. That's my hobby. It's just collecting shit, so. But alas, we are here for some 40k awesomeness. Speaking of 40k, how about that Henry Cavill announcement? That's exciting. Can't wait. You guys think it'll be good?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
He seems like a genuine fan.
I think so too. I think having some big players like Amazon series and, you know, rather than just an animated film and, you know, I mean, there have been great 40k video games. There have been other great 40k media, right? Like books and novels and shit, comics. So why not a series or a movie? It's the next logical step, I think. So we're counting on you, Mr. Cavill. Bring it home. If your excitement for 40k is anything like your excitement for The Witcher, then I think we're in good hands. And, well, I like Henry Cavill. He seems like a cool guy, so I hope that it's successful and we get something cool. Just please, please, if you make it about Space Marines, I'm not an Ultramarine hater, but pick someone other than Ultramarines, because there's so many other cool factions. Like
Black Templars, baby, come on.
Like anything else.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because, like, again, I'm not Ultramarines hater. Like, it's fine. They're the main thing. I like the color blue. That's cool. The Roman aspect is neat, right? I don't mind that. But they're stock, right? There's nothing, you know. They're the standard, like Cadia, except Cadia's dumb. So, you know, it's yeah. There's so many other cool chapters, or better yet, like, don't focus on Space Marines. Focus on like other shit, and have like Space Marines come in as like the wow factor or the big, you know, supporting characters, like kind of like they do in the Space Marine video game. Like there's 3 Space Marines in the whole game, and that's like a big deal. Like that's fucking cool, you know. I don't know, but he said we're gonna get something we've never seen before, so let's see what he gives us. I'm excited. So, other than that, yeah, let's just dive in. So, last time on Warhammer 40,000, you guys had finally arrived to the planet of, oh, where the hell are we now? I'm totally lost. Charcion. I'm not even looking at the right map. You made it to the mining planet of Charcion, where you decided to make planetfall in hopes of entering the black ceramite mines beneath the planet's surface in hopes of stealing some Adeptus Mechanicus tech and getting in a good scrap for your boys to blow off some steam after they had messed up your 2 ships. You made it to the planet's surface, found an entrance thanks to Heachacka, who also detected that the solar zone of the system that you're in right now, the inner cauldron, suffers from radiation bursts from time to time. So you need to be on the lookout for that, lest your ship gets stuck or caught or hit by one of those. But you guys found an entrance into the mines, a massive, massive door with the Adeptus Mechanicus symbol on it, made landfall, and started to try to figure out a way to get in. Eventually, you came up with the brilliant idea of launching a boarding torpedo at near point-blank range into the door in hopes that you could then get into the base. And this worked as the torpedo got lodged in the first of the airlock doors, allowing you to basically bridge your way from outside into the airlock. And as you were entering the airlock, the inner airlock door opened, revealing a battalion, a small battalion of Adeptus Mechanicus troops. And you guys took the initiative, and a couple orcs got killed. Some of you took a bit of a beating, but for the most part, you took out the patrol to a man. and with very few casualties, as you took some good risks, which paid off, and you then entered the tunnel system, splitting off into two groups, one being led by Gravescorcha and Locktar, the other being led by Peppa and Heachacka. The War Boss's group came across one of the actual foundry factories inside the mine. With very little Skitarii presence, you guys decided to just start scavenging and wrecking about and causing a lot of havoc and quickly overwhelming any defenses that were there. Meanwhile, Heachacka and Peppa, the two of you, found your path split into two. You followed one, found a big door, which you didn't really try to get open, or you tried to get open, but you couldn't get it open, so you said forget it. You went down another path and figured you had discovered a entrance to a command center, and after blowing up the door and I think launching a blast or two inside, you decided to assault the command center in hopes of gaining control of some or all of the mining operations here. So that is where we will begin. If everybody wants to go ahead and follow Matt's suit here and roll our objectives, and we will switch it over to a new map and get started here. Any questions about any of that?
Nope.
All right. If you guys just want to start telling the crowd your objectives here, we will get started. Be sure you reset your wrath as well.
Yeah. Heachacka is gonna be trying to overcome a situation by excelling the virtue of faster is better.
Locktar is going to force a grot to do my bidding.
Good one. That's appropriate for the war boss.
Yeah. Peppa's gonna make a boom.
We got the explosion one again.
Oh yeah.
Scorcha is gonna start a fight.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, let us move on over to this other map here. So we've got Peppa and Heachacka moving in, and then we've got Kyle and Eric will each be controlling some of the orcs that are with them. So you guys have 6 other orcs in your little assault here. You've got 4 feral orcs, a big shooter that Kyle's controlling, and a Burnaboy that Eric is controlling. So Eric, you'll take the 3 on the right, and Kyle, you'll take the 3 on the left.
Alright.
And so I think that is where we are ready to begin. So there is a massive explosion as you guys force open the door, followed by another explosion from Heachacka's custom Mega Blaster, which he aims through the door in hopes of taking out anyone standing inside. And then you guys begin to pile in, with orcs charging down the hall and fighting erupting all over the base. Now, as you guys enter the door, which now has a massive slagged hole in it, you find yourselves in a long hallway. The floor underneath is metal grating, which you've seen throughout the base. It continues here as well. And you can see that it stretches on for quite some distance in front of you. And you can see that on the left and right, there's 3 areas, it looks like, where there are probably doors or openings or hallways that branch off to the left and right on either side of the hall. The hall itself is lit now with flashing like amber emergency lighting that is lighting the way. Otherwise it seems like it's kind of dark and maybe not well lit in here. And you can hear the sounds of Skitarii binary battle speak and obvious sounds of movement and the hum and thrum of computers and machinery beyond. So let us roll initiative here because we're basically diving right in tonight. Just give me one roll for the orc boys, whichever one you want to roll. We'll count all the troops together. 0. Love it.
Zero.
A big old goose egg.
We've seen that before here. This is the only game I think I've ever seen with 0 initiatives, other than like if you roll really shitty in D&D and have a negative number, which I'm all about that. But I'm atrocious when it comes to rolling initiative in games. All right. Okay. Leading the pack at a mighty 2 initiative, Heachacka, you are up first. What would you like to do?
I wasn't prepared for that. Sure.
All right, Heachacka, what's it gonna be?
Well, I guess I'm gonna cautiously scoot up and see if I can get eyes on anybody. Wait, what's my movement again? 5, right?
I believe it's 5. Yeah, speed 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, so you can see right here, these are the openings. You can tell that they are hallways. There's no door right there at the threshold, but you cannot see from where you're standing unless you want to take a, what is it, a run action?
I guess, I can move double, right? Or
If you move further, that would be a run, which is
there's
a
also,
move. Yes.
Because I do have the Mega Blaster is an assault weapon, which says you can fire it as part of a sprint, but take a 2DN penalty, which I think is like another level up from run. Is that right?
Yeah. There's a regular move, which is just your move in meters. Then there's run, which is double your move, and then there's sprint, which is a full round action, and it triples your movement, but you can't normally shoot.
Okay. So I could still run and
Yes, if you so choose.
shoot a guy. All right, I'm gonna go another 1, 2.
All right, you find yourself running down a short hall. Beyond, you can see a control room, the glow of monitors and stations and technology glowing in the distance. And on your left and right, you see 2 doors in this little short hallway.
Okay.
They look like, not like bulkhead doors, but like the typical thing you'd see like in like a base or a lab. They're metal, and it looks like they probably either slide to the side or slide up.
Gotcha.
You see there's red lights on both of the doors.
So I guess I can see a bit of this guy.
Yes, you do see a Skitari. Can't tell if he's standing guard or preparing to defend, but he does have his gun pointed in your direction.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna fire at him. Just shoot the custom Mega Blaster. Maybe slightly behind him if he's at a panel. If that's gonna matter in the distant future.
So the thing that he's standing in front, but that's in front of him, it's like a holo display table. So it's only about waist high.
Okay.
And you can see you're guessing probably a 3D, holo image of part of the base. Maybe one of the factorums or something like that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give him a shot just at this couch right behind him, I guess.
Okay.
As the target area.
All right.
Alright, 6. And I think I can shift one of these to glory
Starting off strong.
and hit him with some damage.
How did you get 2 glory out of that? Shouldn't only be 1.
Yeah, I think it should only be 1. I'm not
Sure it's not.
sure.
Okay.
Oh, Scorcha got a
Oh,
critical
yeah.
initiative earlier.
I accidentally did initiative with Scorcha, so that gave a critical. So we
Oh,
can pick that up.
I missed that. Okay, then you do have 2. Yes. Okay. That is a hit for a lot of damage. Let's see if he can soak any of that. How much was it? 22 EP3. Yeah, that'll be enough to fry this Skitari. He is vaporized in a plume of an explosion. What's the blast on that weapon?
4.
All right. Well, that holo table just goes up in an explosion, as does a bunch of the machinery behind him, and you can hear more shouts from inside the room, more binary chatter. Peppa, you are up.
Yeah. Let's see. I as well can move, but not sprint and shoot. Chris, is each square one
Yes.
unit of movement? Okay, so
Yeah, 1 meter.
5. Oh, let's see.
Okay, so actually, hold on. No, you're good, Peppa. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just looking up the range and movement because I want to double check something. Okay, so if you run, you can't perform a simple action, but I can still shoot because that's a combat action.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
Interesting.
well, you could reload and shoot in the same turn normally.
Right. So I will target this guy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'll target this Skitari with the plasma pistol, and I will supercharge it.
All right. He does have cover. In that. Oh yeah, I forget if this fucking game you can do cover both ways. Ugh. Hold on.
We determined it at one point.
Yeah, but you
If
can
I'm shooting-
choose. Yeah.
Well, if I'm shooting through the cover, it gives him resilience. If I'm not shooting through the cover, it gives him defense.
Yeah, it would definitely be defense here. So,
Oof.
increase his defense by 2.
Okay.
Probably won't matter, but
So you want me to just add 2 to the bonus defense?
yeah, yes.
Okay. So it should be 4 when we roll it. We'll see what happens. It is 4, so it did go up. 1 possible shift. Yeah, we'll shift. Do we want damage or glory? We'll go damage. 17 damage at -3.
Okay, let's do a determination roll for him. Ooh, 2 6s.
God damn, son.
I think it's still gonna put him down though with the -3 AP there. Oh, maybe not. He is still standing.
Oh, rip.
Not by much, but he is still going.
What a trooper.
Really is. Okay. Let's see. Okay, well, Feral Orcs, you may go.
Eric, if you
Other
wanna go like lump sum all at once, and then I'll go.
Okay. Alright, looks like Feral still goes 6. Alright, I mean, I guess I'll stay on this right side with Heachacka.
Okay. All right, so Eric's squad moves up behind Heachacka. Kyle, you can go ahead and move your guys.
Alrighty.
Peppa, you see much of the same when you round the corner. There's another set of doors on either side of you. You can see there's an indicator that's red, indicating they're probably locked or like shut down or locked down. And then you see another holo display that's Skitari standing behind. And then behind him, it's a raised area. You can see there's a servitor up there by one of the control panels. You both would see servitors sitting in the seats of the control panels, but you do see one that is clearly standing or getting up from a seat ready to come help. Well, we will reveal everybody else then here as Skitari and the servitors are up at initiative 0 as well. Okay, well, this Skitari moves and basically takes cover behind here, taking a shot at you
Oh, no.
with his galvanic rifle. That is, holy shit, 11 successes?
God damn,
Wow.
son, stop it.
Well, we're going to shift all that to damage. 3 shifts. Wow, 16 damage at AP 1. Gat,
Okay.
gat.
I guess I'll roll determination. I take 3 damage.
All right. Just move a few things here.
Don't worry about where this mouse pointer is. It's all just an illusion.
Well, the best part is I can have my mouse here and you don't know what I'm actually moving.
Maybe just use the WASD inputs.
Okay. Alrighty. Start. I guess we should actually do this. Start of round 2. Let's see here. on a second. I'm gonna roll for something here. Peppa and Heachacka, high or low?
I always go high.
Okay. Heachacka?
I guess also high.
Poor choice, Heachacka. All right.
Oh.
So, with a blur of speed that you would not think these machine people are capable of, two figures come darting around corners. I think I showed you these guys last week, but if not, I will again. You see what are clearly Adeptus Mechanicus creations. They look similar to the tech priests that you've seen with the red robes, mechanical body, but their arms are these weird ball-jointed devices that basically branch off into two separate appendages. You see that on each arm they have some sort of bluish glowing power blade, and then one of their arms is a regular like clawed hand, and the other is a typical Adeptus Mechanicus mechatendrite. They have these basically completely metal mechanical faces. Look like they're wearing a gas mask, but you can't tell if it's actually a mask or part of their face. And where there'd be the rebreather part of the gas mask, you see many pipes and cables basically coming down from where the nose and mouth would be and going into the chest or under the robes of the hood, with two bright blue glowing eyes. Again, you can't tell if that's from the lenses of the mask or some sort of power source. And their legs are the most unhuman part of them. They've got kind of those backwards animal legs, almost like a kangaroo, and they move with incredible speed. One of them comes darting around the corner from the hall that you were just aiming at, Heachacka. The other one comes around the corner and basically drives straight into the feral orcs. And what do they have? Oh, they've got all sorts of crazy weapons. Okay, hold on. Let's see what these do.
Oh god.
Tarsonic blades, a Tarsonic razor, and a Chord claw? What the fuck is a Chord claw? The scalpel fingers of a Chord claw are known to dissemble a body with the soulless efficiency typical to the Adeptus Mechanicus. The three needle-sharp digits of a Chord claw move with unnerving speed, quickened further by the stomach-turning sonic resonance of all transonic weapons. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, I suppose I should have read these before I actually put these guys into the fight, huh? See what the fuck they actually do.
You never know, man. You never know.
Oh. Okay. All right. Well, this guy is charging. Charging gives you an extra dice, correct?
Yeah.
I don't normally use charge.
Bonus
I'm a
die
shooter.
attack.
Okay. So these guys, when using a Tarsonic weapon, they have an ability called Tarsonic Assassin. You are a hunter-killer operative, delivering a hail of transonic blows until you find the perfect armor-shredding frequency. You are immune to bleeding. In addition, you gain plus rank bonus dice when charging or making all-out attacks while wielding a weapon with the transonic keyword. Well, I guess this guy will do a charge then and use his, he's got two of these things, huh? Well, he's going to start shredding. So here we go. Against orc number 1. And, what's his rank? Okay. Let's get some base dice here. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Big dice pool coming your way.
Oh jeez.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Well, luckily this is on the orc, feral orc, not on Heachacka, with 5 shifts. Okay, it's not that bad. Oh wait, rending 5? Oh. All right, so feral orc in the front there, that's Kyle's. You were taking 11 damage at AP 5.
All right, hang on here. So we got no war gear. 11 damage, AP 5.
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna roll determination.
Okay. Probably a good idea. All right, so you soak 3.
So that's 3 shock.
Yes. Oh, these guys, the Rust Stalkers, they had initiative 3, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that was 11, and yeah, okay, so that kind of sucks. Still, but he's still up.
Okay. They have 2 of these. Who was doing 2-weapon fighting earlier?
What is rending 5?
It's AP 5.
Oh, okay.
So I think previously it said the AP doesn't affect if it's just toughness. So only armor.
Oh, so it's only like it only counts towards armor. It doesn't count towards damage.
Well, it reduces your resilience, but not past your toughness.
Oh, okay.
So it just reduces whatever the armor you're wearing. From what he said previously.
Yeah, and this guy doesn't have anything. He's got a loincloth, so.
Right. So they're all toughness, yeah.
Okay. Well, this
So
guy
there is
doesn't have
a-
the dual wield talent, but he does have 2 blades, so he will do a second attack on this guy.
Okay.
This one will be at an additional +2 DN because it's a secondary target. Okay. That is a critical
Whoa.
hit.
Wow.
A visceral blow with crimson gore showering the battlefield and the other feral orc standing next to him. That guy takes a mortal wound,
Okay.
and each character engaged, so the first 2 feral orcs each need to take an agility test at DN3 or fall prone.
The big shooter.
No, the 2 that are next to him.
Oh, okay. So, not mine. This guy there. Okay.
Ooh, that's a complication. Okay, so that orc gets stabbed and slips so badly that he's going to take an additional wound when he crashes to the ground. And then this other feral orc needs to take the test. So give yourself a prone condition as well. Assuming you survive the damage, which you might not even.
I don't know, dog.
Yeah, so I should probably just roll that right now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I didn't shift. I had, oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, I had 5 shifts.
Damn, dog.
Okay.
What was the DN for agility?
3.
It should be fine.
Okay, it's 14 damage, AP 5.
Oh.
14 damage.
That's to the guy, the first guy that he hit.
Oh, I mean,
And you
you know.
failed your test too, so this guy's prone also.
I mean that feral is.
Is he dead?
Done.
Sure is. He's
All
sure.
right. Well, with a sickening slice, he takes down that feral orc in the front. The other guy falls in the shower of blood. Heachacka, unfortunately, this thing has its sights set on you. And it's going to use this Short Claw nonsense. It rakes you with this horrible, horrible weapon. And it scores a critical hit.
We're off to a good start today, boys.
Yeah. Here we go. Can I not? Oh, wait, I can't shift anything because I need those for, I can shift one of these for damage. The other one we need to actually hit you. Okay. So you are taking... Oh, goodness. 13 damage, AP 6, agonizing. Each wound that this inflicts also does a point of shock.
Okay. So, I guess I'm gonna roll determination now. See what I can get there.
Okay, that's 3.
No, I'm down. Definitely down.
You see Heachacka scream in pain as this thing just tears through him and he drops to the ground. Go ahead and roll a memorable injury, please.
Do we have the table for that? Oh, wait, I see it now.
Should,
Sorry,
should
there was
be
a...
in there.
Uh-oh. I
Oh,
I have to escalate that because I already have a broken jaw.
It's gonna say, yep. So, not only is your jaw fucked up more, but your tongue, look, it's misspelled, tongue. You're cut to tongue. Well, your tongue is basically cut the fuck off, basically. So
Do I
you
get
scream.
Mitigate that by having it repaired by an iron gob.
Maybe. See? And so you are now prone because you are dying.
That's definitely true.
We'll get to that when it's your turn. But yes, you are prone because you are at 0. Okay. These things are nasty, and it is now someone else's turn. It is Heachacka's turn. Okay, so you can only crawl. You can make a basic combat action, or you can fall back.
And does fall back mitigate attacks of opportunity?
No, because I believe there is a retreat option of some
That's
sort.
retreat. Okay. Because the one, what was that thing called? Because you can normally use your combat action to mitigate attacks of opportunity. Yeah, that's fallback. Is combat action to stop an enemy from using reflective attack.
Oh, there you go. I'm sorry, fallback. That's what it's called.
And you said retreat, or did you say fallback?
I'm looking in the list here right now. I don't see. Yeah, no, fallback is retreat. So you can fall back without provoking an attack.
I think.
But you have to do it at crawling speed.
Yeah, that sounds fine. Which is what, half of move, so like 2.
Yeah.
I get to the back of the pack.
Sure. Okay. Leaving the feral orcs to face this thing. Okay. We are on to Peppa. You see Heachacka go down, crawling, bleeding into the hallway, and these weird assassin creatures about to start cutting through the orcs.
Oh boy. And then I've got the Skitari who did not die. The Rust Stalker probably can't get to me this turn, so I'm still just gonna shoot that Skitari. But seeing as how things have suddenly gone from okay to very bad, he's going to whip out his heavy bolter, Mountain Dunda, and just start gatting. All right. Yeah. So, is he still in cover?
Yes.
Okay. So he's still the bonus to
Yes.
defense.
Mm-hmm.
Gucci.
Critical hit.
There we. I should have shot the Rust Stalker, son of a bitch.
He is fucking dead. He had 1 wound left.
Yeah. Well, that's so cool.
So you annihilate him. You got a point of glory for your trouble, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Super cool. Super cool.
Yeah. You mad, bro?
A little bit.
Would you like to move at all?
Yeah. Let me move further and see what's in here.
So you can see over here, these are open doorways, then there's walls that split the room. You can see what looks like a similar looking room. Basically, there's these raised areas over here. There's a little flight of like 3-4 steps that go up to a raised area, and that's where all the command terminals are. In the corner over here, this whole wall is a like a viewport to look down into the factory that this command center is above. And you see a servitor stomping down the steps coming in your direction. It is armed with like a servo arm. It looks like a melee servitor.
Not great. 1, 2, 3. Just move further up this way.
Okay, you can see another servitor behind the other holo table.
Okay, well, guess we're fighting servitors now. Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Feral orcs, you are next.
Go ahead, Eric.
All right.
Suppose we can just get rid of the dead guys here.
Oh, okay, that helps. Wait, so I only have 2 of these ferals, right?
Yes.
Oh, I see. I'm gonna move my Burna up. It's not let. Let's say I can't move the Burna. Somebody. Oh, I got it.
All right. So what are you doing?
I am going to burn this Rustalker.
Can you fire a flamethrower while you're engaged in melee? Kyle? You normally can't shoot ranged weapons in melee unless they are pistols.
Can you use the flamethrower as a melee weapon?
That I don't know.
I think you can, but you would just use your weapon skill.
Okay, then can I just move?
Could you just sneak around the corner and fire that way?
Can my feral and Burna just switch places? So
Well, if you do, then the feral's his turn's done. So I don't know if you want to move the feral orcs first.
Oh, is
Remember,
the
this guy's on the ground too, so you might want him to stand up.
Okay. Oh, so the Burna attacks differently than the ferals?
I mean, he's got different weapons. They all go with the same initiative.
Same initiative, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, so I guess the one that's on the ground, I'll stand him up. So I'll take off his prone. Okay, so my feral can't, my Burna can't shoot from the corner because he can't see it well enough. There, that's his original position right there.
I mean, you can see him. I would say you can do it, but it'll be a +2 DN because if you want to avoid hitting the feral orc, because you've got to try to like poke the nozzle of the Burna around the corner.
Okay.
I mean, it's not too hard to coat the hallway in fire and hit the guy. It's more that you're trying to not hit the feral orc standing right next to you.
Ooh, why is the DN 5 for my Burna? Is that normal?
Because these guys have a really high defense.
Ooh. So it's gonna be 7.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Burna's gonna burn. Ooh.
Oh, 3 6s, so close. If you want to use your personal wrath, you may do so.
Can I use a glory?
Sure.
Definitely should do that. We gotta get him out.
Yes.
Oh, another
baby.
6. All right. So you do hit him. Go ahead and roll damage. And we will put him on fire. Oh, wait. Why did I put them both on fire? That's not right.
How do I roll damage if I got a success because of a glory?
Oh, I have no idea. Well, I guess you don't have to roll whatever the ED is on the weapon. Just roll that many D6s.
Okay, so ED is 1.
You just roll 1 extra D6 then.
Okay, so damage 10 plus ED.
Yes. Okay, so 11 damage. Any AP?
AP 0.
Okay, and he's on fire, right?
Yes.
Okay, he'll roll some determination. Okay, he soaks both of them, but he is on fire. All right, next.
Alright, I guess my feral's gonna run in. The one that didn't stand up.
Go for it.
Oh, wait. Can they...
What's your question?
I just... Damn it. I just realized that they had pointed sharp sticks that they could throw.
Yeah, they're not very good, though, so... But,
Complication.
you got a complication. You fall prone, okay. You did hit, though, so go ahead and roll damage. Okay. Now, was that taking into account the wall weapon?
It says trade Wa on the damage.
Yeah, Wa is if you're already damaged. Oh wait, you get an extra damage die if you're already damaged, but an extra attack die normally?
Yes.
It says it's including trade reliable and Wa.
Yeah, but is it included? You want to check and make sure it's included in the dice roll.
Wait, doesn't reliable mean you can ignore complications?
Yes.
Yes. The first complication you roll.
Nice.
Percy, yep.
How many dice did you roll there? 7? No, you should roll one more for Wah. It should, because you should be rolling 8 dice. It doesn't matter.
No.
Okay, so he is not prone, and you did 11 damage. He'll roll determination again, and... Okay, he is now exhausted. Okay. Other orcs?
Yeah, I don't think my other one can do anything. He just stood up.
He can still attack. It's a
Can he
move
get
action to stand.
Oh, I guess the one guy standing next to him. He's still alive?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still alive? He just chopped off an orc's head. Hell yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah.
No, that's not going to do it. Well, you get 1 extra dice, but it's not. Well, if you roll a 6, just remember the wall weapon. Oh, no.
way.
That's awesome.
King shit.
Okay, how much damage is that?
It's 3 ED.
Oh. Damn, Choppas are pretty legit. You know, for being a
Okay.
fucking rusty sword.
Yeah.
5, 4, so 10 damage.
Okay. Well, he's gonna try to roll some determination. And he blocks it. But he is... How much was it? 13 damage? Or 11 damage?
No, 10.
10.
It's 8 base, and I rolled a 4 and a 5 for the ED.
Okay. He only has to soak a little bit then. Okay. Other orcs.
Okay. So, let's see. Why don't we get the big... Let's move this back feral up and have him weave in, and... Can he go here? Is that possible?
Yeah, as long as you don't leave the guy's threat zone, you don't provoke an attack for opportunity. So yes, you can do that.
Okay. So he'll get right close to him, and he'll swing.
All right, you can get another +1 because you outnumber him, and then give yourself +1 for the wall weapon.
Oh boy.
Ugh, garbage.
Yeah.
So many ones.
Brave Scorcher will bestow.
What are you trying to do?
Reroll. Trying to reroll. There we go.
Oh, holy shit! 12 successes with a crit. Wow, every single failed dice turned into a success there. Wow. Okay, roll damage. Roll the critical. Shift. If you want to shift anything, yeah, you could shift all those 6s probably.
Yeah, we're gonna shift all of that to damage.
Okay.
Critical first.
Sure, whatever you want. Overpowering assault. Target suffers 6 shock and is staggered. And Craig just fucking bailed on the party.
Ripped off.
What a jerk.
You motherfucker.
Alright, hold on, let me calculate this damage here. Okay, he takes 6 shock. Well, he's definitely exhausted. He'll actually take a few mortal wounds. Because he's going to take 3 mortal wounds. Because he only had 3 shock remaining. So that's really good. And then what's your... He's staggered, okay. Do you want to spend any glory to increase that, to add more shock? Every glory you spend adds 2 shock.
I'll do 1.
Bro, we got like so much glory right now. Stack it.
Oh, all right. I'll do.
Because if
I'll
you
do 2.
if you spill over, it'll
Alright.
become damage anyway.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that'll be 4 more mortal wounds, which is enough to put this thing down.
Oh, I
Nice.
didn't even have to roll damage.
Good
Easy.
choice. Good choice.
Yeah, before he gets another turbo crit and kills someone.
Yep. Yeah, man. Resilience means nothing when you take fucking 8 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
Okay, other orcs. I think we have the big shooter remaining.
Yeah. Can he try and aim around this feral?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Let's see. Well, since that room is fully occupied, he's gonna poke in and see what's happening with Peppa. Hi, how are you? And oh, look, a servitor. And so he's gonna probably shoot at this servitor down
Okay.
here.
Orc shooting at its finest.
Gonna shoot that guy. Gonna shoot.
That is a
Alright.
hit.
All right.
Roll damage, please.
I will shift for damage, and then I will roll. 15.
Damage. No AP.
No.
I think that's enough. Just get out good old calculator here. All right, bullets spraying everywhere. Most of them actually hitting the target. And that servitor is... bleh.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well done, fellas. Okay, well, stomping around the corner, Sean, the other servitor.
Damn, it's got
Jeez. It's got movement 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where was it standing? Here? 1, 2. Yeah, I can make it. I can't move diagonal here because of the wall, but he could. Yeah, so that'll work. I can move diagonal this way. That's weird. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. The walls don't make sense sometimes.
Okay. All right. Well, he comes charging at you, swinging his servo arm.
Oh boy. Those are power fists in the board game.
Yeah, they're power fists here too, basically. I mean, he's only rolling 6 dice.
Well, you know, that's life.
But when you get a critical hit,
Yeah.
a boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, Peppa's about to go down.
No.
All right, we're gonna shift this. Oh my god, what happened? Wait. Oh, you can hide tests after they're rolled? What? Okay. Shift to damage. All right, Peppa. How does 10 damage AP 3 feel?
Like it'll probably knock me out. Let's
I
see.
mean, he has brutal and he didn't roll any extra damage on his brutal roll.
True. AP3. So that brings me down to 7. Brazilian 7, so I'll take 3 damage. Yeah, I'll just take 3 damage.
Okay. And
Still
then a
up.
critical.
That might kill me.
Headshot. A well-aimed shot. Oh no, it's like Iron Jaws all over again. Sending chunks of bone and brain. Ugh. You suffer 1 mortal wound and are staggered. I believe staggered means you lose half your speed. Speed is reduced by half. Can't run or sprint. Lasts for 1 turn. Okay,
I
that's
will
not too
apply
bad.
the staggered. Yeah,
Are you still standing?
Yeah.
Oh, good thing Big Shooter showed up to save you. Otherwise, there'd be another servitor bashing your brains in.
But apparently.
This fucking guy. Another servitor comes slowly stomping around the corner. And Feral Orc, you see another one looming behind the Rust Stalker, but it is unable to engage. Leaving us with the Skitari. The remaining Skitari pop around the corners here and are going to take shots at the Feral Orcs. All right, Feral Orc right dead center in the road there, in the alleyway, whatever, the hallway, taking 11 damage, AP 1.
Carol, let's hit the tree.
So I think that's Kyle's, right?
Yes.
No, I didn't target him, my bad. And then there's another one at the end of the hall.
11.
I guess he would shoot at Kyle's too because he can't really see anybody else.
Okay, roll a determination.
Okay, that's 3.
Okay. Okay, he's still standing, but not great.
The second shot scores
Oh.
a hit for 10 damage, AP 1. Oh, I'm sorry, there's no AP. Just 10 damage.
Is that another determination?
If you so choose, yes.
Well. No. No, well, fucking, that'll put me over the Yeah, he'll soak it. He'll just soak it.
All right, big tough orc.
He's still up.
Okay, next round. How much damage does fire do, Kyle?
Oh, let me get to.
Isn't it D3?
I believe so.
D3 mortal wounds. All right, somebody roll that, or Eric roll the D3, and then he can attempt an action to go. Okay, yeah. Okay, 1 mortal wound. And he will attempt the athletics test to put the fire out. Which he fails. Okay. Well, I'm going to spend a point of ruin to get rid of the fire, but that will be his turn, because he tried to put it out. So, Heachacka, you are up.
Alright. Well, I'm a little bit down still, but it says that as a combat action, if you have a point of Medicae, you can attempt to heal wounds at DN3.
Okay.
Oh, but if you attempt it on yourself, it's +1.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try that.
Give yourself CPR.
Pretty much. I mean, like, just throw bandages on the arms that are falling off, and my jaw, which is also falling off.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait, how did this happen? That was weird. Anyway. Okay. Here we go. Medicae. DN4. Oh, but also I'm wounded. So it's gonna be kind of an
DN5.
even kill. Cool.
He keeps putting more bandages on. This is worse. Getting worse and worse. Oh no, a complication.
I'm close though. I don't know. I'm gonna Wrath?
You gonna wrath it?
Oh.
Or you gonna glory it?
Go for the glory, bro.
Might as well,
Yeah,
right? You're
might
so
as well.
close. All right.
Can I do it like this? 1d6? Nope, that's not what the syntax is.
Just press the little symbol
the
underneath the
button
checkbox. Yeah,
on it.
it's so much
Oh!
easier. Oh, so close. No dice, though, folks. 4 successes against DN5 and a complication.
Hey, I guess I get to see what that is.
Lost item. Oh. Let's see what you got. What are you actually carrying right now out of all this shit?
Just
Just the stuff that's equipped?
I mean, yeah, I guess I wouldn't have Choppa, Galvanic Rifle, Shooter. I'm pretty sure that's gone. I should probably get rid of both of those.
Okay.
Mostly just the stuff that's equipped. I guess the Orc Flak would be in the workshop. And the
Okay.
gear and the ammo.
All right.
Some of the weapons and armor that aren't equipped would be on my person.
All right. Well, I don't think you're gonna lose either your main weapons because you're not like there's no holes in the floor or anything like that. So, let's roll for this other stuff here. All right, you lose some of your plasma ammo that the runt was carrying. He drops it in panic as he's trying to. I guess we should have him on the board here. Trying to keep you alive. He's obviously panicking. That's. There we go. Brag Gop. There you go. What a great picture. Is that it, Heachacka?
Yeah, pretty much. That's all I could really do.
All right. I'll tell you what. You can roll an extra dice. I'll give you a +1 bonus because Brag Gop would be there to help you.
And this is from Brett.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
why he
let's see it.
lost. That's why he lost the plasma. Yes.
Hey!
Oh, a 6?
Yep. So in his panic to help you, he loses some ammunition, but that passes. So what happens when you pass that test? Do you heal?
Yeah. He gets wounds equal to your dice pool.
That's for if it's a
Oh,
short
that's
rest.
if a single character is during a regroup. A wound +1 for every shifted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Well,
stand up. I
you're
guess.
back in the fight. Yeah. Okay. All the Mechanicus train their guns on you. Peppa, you're next.
Well, guy decided to get up close and personal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, I guess, drop Mountain Thunder because I can't shoot in close combat.
Dude,
and,
unidentified Xenos threat must exterminate.
Yeah, no worries, dog. And then I'm gonna supercharge Plasma Pistol him.
You came here. Just remember that.
I know, I definitely came here. This one's on me, dog. Gonna supercharge it, and I'm gonna aim for his face. He still has a face, right?
Partially, yeah.
Alright, well, whatever amounts to his face, I'm aiming for it.
Okay, he's got like a chrome dome here. I'll share the art with you guys so you can see. This one doesn't have a gun on him. He's just got a big servo claw on his backpack. But that's
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty sick.
Yeah, they look a lot cooler than the old Servitor art you used to see.
Or the old models in their weird jumpsuits.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you definitely hit it because it's Servitor. Do we need to bother damage? 19? Yeah, he's dead. Beep, bop, boop. Would you like to move?
Yeah. Well, Ed Eka's up, but there's still a Rust Stalker, so we're gonna move. Oh, I can't move that way? Something
It's probably the wall.
Yeah.
Because this map was sized weird, the walls aren't perfectly precise. So as you get around the corner here, Peppa, you see this looks like some sort of energy device, perhaps a generator or something, and it's just got a very weird glow, and it's got what looks like a defensive shield, like an energy shield over it, protecting it.
Oh. I know what I'm gonna start doing.
Okay.
That's Peppa's turn, yep.
Feral Orcs and company, you are up.
There you go ahead, Eric.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the Feral Orcs that's already in combat.
Go for it. Critical. Oh, these Feral Orcs are bringing home the bacon.
Really paying dividends here.
Merciless strike. Well, he doesn't have lungs to breathe with, but he suffers a mortal wound and another mortal wound if you want to spend any glory. You only have one left, but every glory gives you another mortal wound.
No, I'll save the glory.
I mean, it's on a Rust Stalker. Those dudes fuck.
Okay, I'll use the last glory.
All right.
I mean, we seem to rack it up pretty quick, right?
2 mortal wounds, and how much damage?
Looks like 10 more.
Okay, he does take some damage from that, but he is still standing. Okay, next. The thing is reeling, though. It's on fire. It's, like, starting to slow down. Having a hard time standing on its weird kangaroo legs.
I guess this orc will charge up here.
Yes! Charge through the bodies and broken forms littering the hallway. So remember, give yourself +1 for charging and +1 for your wall weapons.
Ooh.
Okay, complication, but you did hit. Dropped item. Okay, well, his choppa goes flying across the floor as he hits this guy so hard it falls from his hand. But you do roll damage.
Not
8.
great.
That is actually not enough to even hurt this guy. Get fucked. Next.
Yeah, sheesh.
Okay. Last one I have left is the Burna Boy. I could probably have to attack him in combat, huh?
Well, you could probably shoot these guys at the end of the hall. I'm sure you've got plenty of range on
Oh.
a flamethrower.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you do. You
Yeah,
absolutely
range
do.
1, 4, 8.
Does it? Do I have to
You have
select?
to be back a space though, because you can't shoot while you're in combat. So from there, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ew.
But when
You
Does it-
succeed. It's only DN1. He's standing in the open, so.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, 10 damage. He will take some determination to avoid that. Which, why did he roll so many dice? Why did he roll 6 dice? That's not right. He should only be rolling 4 dice. Oh, the flesh is weak. They get a +2 bonus to determination rolls. Okay.
Damn robots.
Yeah.
Okay, so he soaks the little damage that would have done, but he is on fire, which we all know is quite good, quite delicious. Any other orcs? I think we got a big shooter and
Yep.
another feral orc.
Yeah, so I will grab this here feral boy, and he's pretty much dead, but he's gonna charge this other servitor.
Well, if you do that, you're going to have to run past the Scutari and get an attack of opportunity.
Oh, okay. Well, then he will go right here.
You can charge that guy instead.
Yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, and he's gonna chop up.
Choppa 4.
So
Remember
that's
that, Matt?
so that's a +1
Classic.
for charging, and then outnumbering. Is that
Yes, and +1 for the wall weapon.
so 3?
Yep. Eric, be sure you disequip that guy's Choppa, because he dropped it. Another critical? Are the feral orcs going to win the day here?
It didn't give us glory for that critical either.
Oh, that's bullshit. Let's fix
Oh,
that.
is that attacking up ruin?
Oh.
You got so much ruin down there.
Bone-shattering impact. Yeah, why did it...
Is it just giving you ruin instead of giving us glory?
Wait a minute. Hold on here. Oh, that's it. They're an enemy character sheet. That's why. I gotta change that later. I can't do that now. Okay, so you guys would get glory. Let's take that ruin down back to 3 where it should be. Pretty sure. I'll give you guys extra glory because you had another critical in there somewhere. Okay. Bone-shattering impact, smashing the foe's body, reducing arms and legs to fractured splinters. Suffers D3 +1 wounds. Okay, that seems pretty good. Go for it.
Alright, so this is for the critical.
Okay, so that's okay, so that's 2 + 1, so 3 wounds. Okay. And what was the total? Go ahead and roll the damage on that. Oh, also, if you want to spend glory, you can add more wounds to that critical.
Also, yeah, I'll take
And he'll become restrained.
I'll do 1 so he's restrained and he takes 1 more wound.
I'm assuming it's the second net, because we couldn't come up with a better icon. So dumb.
Yeah.
Well, he can't move. His defense of 1 is reduced by 2, so it's still 1. Okay, how much glory you want to use?
Just the 1.
Okay, so 4 wounds, 12 damage. So that's 16 damage. Okay, so he soaks 3 with shock. That's 13. Okay, that messes him up pretty bad. He's still going, but he is fucked up. And he's restrained.
Take that.
Big shooter.
Alright, big shooter. Oh, fuck, I can't see him. How do I...
Is the big shoot on assault weapon? You can sprint with that. Still shoot.
Oh, yeah, that's so cool. It's so orky.
Yeah. let me
It's
make-
too bad you don't have the go fasta thing, because then you could sprint and shoot, and I think that would qualify as your objective.
Oh, yeah. Peppa, are you engaged with somebody right now?
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good. You're all good.
Yeah.
So our room has been pacified?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, Pepper,
Well-
you can tell from where you're standing. That's the whole room. There's nothing else.
Okay, sick.
Okay, so then the big shoot is gonna take a walk outside, see that there's a bunch of shit going on. And I would just hit all my boys, wouldn't I? If I tried to shoot.
Yes,
Okay.
because I believe aiming takes up your movement action, I think.
It does, yes.
So you can't aim. Because if you can aim, you could potentially avoid hitting them. But
Okay.
Is aim a standard action? Because you have move, standard, combat. If you run, you can't aim.
aim
But-
is a
But you could
ranged
walk slightly.
option.
Right, but it
Oh, it says
You
you can't
can't-
move.
yeah, you can't. It says you can't.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
that one specifically. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, well, in that case, I moved 1, 2, 3, 4. He will move 2 more, and that'll be his turn.
Okay, the servitors This one's gonna stomp into combat and try to help out his bro who's getting smashed. He's gonna try to put an end to this orc here.
Oh, I mean,
Rude, but okay.
Servo claw, servo arm goes smash. That is a complication and no dice. Out of ammo, that's not gonna matter. So we'll roll again here. Okay, I guess it was meant to be. I'm not gonna keep rolling. All right, well he missed. I'll give you guys a point of glory instead. How's that?
like
Simple,
that.
simple solutions. The other servitor, you see him walk this way, and he appears in this hall, coming down the other path. Top of round 4, please give me a fire roll for this Rust Stalker. Will the flames put him down? Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I put the fire out with Ruin last turn, so he's gonna slice and dice on this feral orc here. So first attack is going to do 10 damage, and the second attack should have used the Chord Claw. What a rookie mistake. Well, I already did it, so we gotta do it this way. Almost another critical. He does hit, though. He needs 6. Okay, he'll just shift that for damage. One shift coming your way. The second strike does 13 damage, AP 1. I don't know. Is this your orc, Eric?
Yeah, that's not mine.
Okay. So
Oh,
first
okay.
attack did 10 damage, second attack did 13 AP 1. This guy down here. And that is the Rust Stalker, so Heachacka, you will be next.
This guy in the hallway here?
Yes.
Ooh.
With your 1 wound, Heachacka. What would you like to do?
I guess my question is whether or not this guy on the right is dead. I think that's what.
No, because he's not on fire anymore.
Oh, I mean, the orc on the right.
I don't know. Is he?
I think even with determination, I don't think I can say that.
Okay, so the first one soaks 2, so it'd be 8 damage.
Minus resilience or whatever. Wait, were they both AP 1 or?
No, only the second one, because it's rending, so it when you shift, it increases the AP. And then the second attack, you soaked 3. So you've got 8 damage, and then you've got 10 damage from each attack after determination's taken into effect.
After determination.
You soaked a total of 5 damage.
Sorry, you said 8 and 13?
That was 10 and 13, so it's 8
10
and
and
10.
13.
He's resilience 6, so that's like 2 real wounds from the first
And
one.
2 and 4, so 7 wounds total. And he has 7 wounds. He dead.
He's going to take a point of a mortal wound too from going over his shock. All right. Well, I mean, you can't ask much more from a fucking 12-point model, can you? Really? I mean, good job, Feral Orc.
Did so much work.
He
He
did.
died. He held
did.
him up at least.
Died doing what he loved. All right, Heachacka, you do see the orc collapse. All you see is his arm as he hits the ground. Kind of, his arm kind of lands. Doesn't come off, but it like rolls out of the hallway or out of the room into the hallway, and his choppa falls from his grasp. Very sad orc death montage.
I guess I'm gonna,
Avenge me, brother.
I guess I'm gonna poke my head around the corner here, and I guess straight down the middle, and fire one. Oh geez, wait, hold on. I can do a full move, so I can do 1, 2, 3. Does blast go around corners? Like if I were to do an explosion for.
It depends if it goes through the
guy.
wall. It depends if it goes through the walls or not. So it's going to depend how much damage you do, because the walls have wounds and AP.
Well, the big shooter's pretty big, so.
Yeah, I mean it won't like wrap around it, but if it's powerful enough, it could just destroy both walls.
We're gonna see how that goes. And of course, my guy is slightly faster than me, so he can can be behind. Wait,
Okay.
1, 2,
Makes sense.
3, 4, 5.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say,
that
don't leave
works.
Brag Gop out in the hallway. He's gonna get nuked by your shot. After all I did for you.
Yeah, he knows the drill.
All right.
He
Gotta
knows
stay
his
out of
lot in
the
life.
Peppa, you see Brag Gop cowering behind as he's loading the gun, and you hear the familiar whir as it powers up.
Good old whir.
Let her rip.
Yep, here we go.
Was that the gun? That's definitely a hit. If you'd like to... No, there's no shifts. Okay, just roll damage.
No shifts there, which is fine, because...
20 more damage.
Oh my gosh.
Suffice to say, the Rust Walker who had 2 wounds left is incinerated, as is the body of your fallen orc, but you did avenge him. The blast absolutely annihilates the 2 walls in the hallway here that the doors are on. However, it does not go through this wall on the inner hallway. It stops there. But you're guessing what was ever in those rooms is also completely obliterated. So I'll unlock those doors and open them for you guys.
Rip.
Those walls are completely gone. Big rip. I mean, huge. As a matter of fact, I can just delete those walls. Because they are well and truly gone. Cool. All right. Very orky. Love it. Peppa!
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Peppa.
sure something just blew up.
Okay, okay. Well, Peppa's gonna start making his way to the other side to see. Actually, Peppa's gonna administer some first aid on himself.
Okay.
One wound.
Well, you could move and heal yourself, or heal yourself and move.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 shifts.
So that's 3 wounds?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yay. All right, so back in the fight.
Oh, you're not staggered anymore. We'll get rid of that. That was for last turn.
Okay.
Or that only lasts for a turn.
Great, great. Then let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's I guess we'll just 2, 3, 4.
So Peppa, as you cross through this doorway opening, there's not really a door there, but as you pass through into the next room, you see it's almost like a carbon copy of the previous room. Big control station up a couple stairs with several monitors. You see at all the chairs here, there are servitors. And now that you're in here and closer, you can see that the servitors are all built into their workstations. So they're like, they don't have legs, it's just like a torso and up from the waist. And they're basically built into the chair or the actual control console that they're working on, obviously operating various things. You see another holo table you're standing by, and you see another one of those energy shields guarding one of those devices on the north, and you see that the room does curve around the wall there, and then you see another hallway just like the one you came through that meets up with the main hall with multiple doors that are currently locked down, and you see a whole slew of people fighting in the middle.
Cool, cool. What's on the holo table? Anything?
When you take a quick glance, it looks like it is a 3D image of one of the mine shafts. And you see all sorts of blips that would indicate probably units or mining groups or equipment maybe, you're not sure, but you can see some things moving around like almost like a little anthill.
Gotcha. Okay. That
But
medicate
you can tell that it's a different image than what's on the other holo table.
Okay, so probably 2 different sets of mines or something.
But yeah, they're both watching something, but different things.
Okay. Did that Medicaid test use up like my combat action?
Yes, it does.
Okay, then that's my turn.
Okay. Did you heal your wounds?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then next, stepping around the corner, you're not sure if it took him a while to get here or if he's been waiting patiently. You see the unmistakable form of a tech priest walk around the corner. similar to what you guys were used to when you saw the tech priest on the rogue trader's ship. This one has the classic red robe that it dons, marking it out as a Mechanicus. It does have a Omniscient axe like the one you looted, Kyle. This one, you can see its body is mostly armored. You do see one of its arms, at least from the elbow down, is still flesh and biological. But its other arm holding the axe looks like a Terminator mechanical skeletal arm, and it's got a third arm kind of coming out from its chest, or like the right side of its rib cage that's mechanical in nature as well. It's got a set of mechatendrites. It's got one mechatendrite, which looks like it's got some sort of gun at the end of it. You don't recognize what it is. You've never seen anything like it before. And then it's got a servo arm. So it's got two arms. One's the mechatendrite with the gun. The other one's the servo arm. And then you see that instead of legs, it looks like this thing has multiple appendages, almost like insect or spider legs poking out from under its robe that are propelling it around. This is what you see as he turns the corner.
Okay.
Oh dear.
He aims the gun in your guys' general direction, taking careful aim at actually no, he wouldn't risk hitting his guys. You can see that he's clearly directing the servitor, issuing some sort of command. You can tell with the glow in his eyes and the sound of the binary chatter, and then the servitor clearly responds. We're going to roll and see if he responds as he issues some sort of order to it. And with a critical success, that will definitely... You see the servitor begins to move a little bit faster and prepares to strike that feral orc. The tech priest sees you all with a deep, robotic, rumbling voice, simply says, "Your presence is not welcome here." Feral orcs, you're up.
Go ahead, kick it off. I think do you still have two feral?
No, I have one.
Okay, so we both have one, and then our special boys.
Yeah, so I think this one's mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm on the left.
I guess he's gonna attack this Skitari in front of him.
All right.
Oh, but he's the one who dropped his choppa. Can I use my sharp sticks in combat?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Oh man, yes.
Alright, he's gonna go stabby.
This dude's on his way out.
Ooh.
Oh my god. DN1 and just a total whiff.
He's gonna use a glory. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll use one of my personal wraths.
Wrath? Okay.
Son of a...
Oh no!
Complication
Oh my
roll.
gosh!
Oh man!
shit.
Dropped item. Okay, so he goes to strike this guy with the javelin, and he just basically tries to throw it at point blank range, and it goes sailing right past the Skitari and just skitters down the hall, leaving this orc with no weapons.
Alright, I guess
Oh,
my burn is gonna hit him with something. Oh, he doesn't have a combat weapon.
Let's see if there's improvised weapons that he could use the burn as. Let's check. I know there's something to the effect. If I was in the right category, hold on. War gear, weapons, so many folders. Oh, here we go. How about an industrial bludgeon?
Sounds right.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds like what it would be. the equivalent of hitting somebody over the head with your flamethrower.
Did a little bit better.
Okay. Go ahead and
Oh.
roll damage.
I don't know if I.
It's brutal? Okay.
Well, good damn, son.
That is 12 damage. Okay, let's see. He soaks 2, because he only has 2 shock remaining. So that's going to drop that down to 10. It's not enough to kill him, but that
Oh, no.
Skitari looks like he's ready to keel over. Big Shuda, another feral orc.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. So the feral orc in front is going to. He got bored with the Skitari still living, so he's going to concentrate on this servitor here.
All right.
Do we? Whoa, what's up, Greg?
Welcome back.
Oh, totally forgot we knew we had him in here. Fucking.
Now,
Alright.
do we outnumber right now?
No, because
Oh, okay.
they're fighting the Skitari, not the servitor.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, so straight up. Chop a time, yeah.
Chop a foe. That is a hit.
Alright.
Roll damage.
He's gonna shift for damage. He's gonna roll. So 10.
10 damage. You smash him hard and he reels back, staggered, but still operational.
Okay.
Big Shooter.
So there is no way to. Oh, he can aim now, right?
If you aim, you can shoot the Skitari. You can't actually. There's too much stuff in the way to see the servitor, but if you aim, you can target the Skitari, and you will not risk hitting the feral orc.
Okay, I'm gonna aim at him and take a shot. Do I have to add anything, or am I just not?
No, you're just not getting the negative for shooting him. For
Okay.
shooting into combat.
Okay.
That's all you need. Roll damage. Is it enough? Big Shooter, 14 damage. That will put Mr. Skitari in the scrap pile. Beep bop boop. Blech.
Oh.
All right. Do you want to move? The Big Shooter.
Yeah. Can he kind of just like frog hop over this feral here?
Sure. All right. Well, this servitor is going to attack the orc that just hit him. Powered up by the tech priest, he's going to get some bonus dice here.
That's not good.
And he is going to squish that orc for 11 damage, AP 3.
Yeah. So yeah, he's gone.
All right. Squish indeed.
No longer.
Another feral orc dies doing what he loves. In the other side, this servitor is going to move up and... Hold on. Gotta get rid of this dead body. There we go. He's going to attack the Big Shooter, who has so nicely exposed himself.
Hello. Fuck.
Squish. That is a
Ooh.
whomping for 10 damage, AP 3.
Let me look at this big boy.
And then the Skitari, the last one, is going to step in front of the tech priest to protect him, and... Oh wait, he's on fire.
Oh. Okay.
Eric, if you want to roll your fire damage, D3 on the Skitari, please. Looks like Big Shoot is okay. So you soaked...
Yeah.
You soaked 5 damage, 3 wounds on the Skitari. Nicely done. Okay.
So when you're maxed out, you're exhausted, right? With shock.
Yes.
Okay. So Big Shooter is now exhausted as fuck.
Oof.
Okay. Be sure to
But
give
he's
him the
good.
thing on his token. Okay, this Skitari is going to...
Yeah, it looks like it gives you exhausted automatically, and
Did I give myself double exhaustion?
I think you... Oh, I don't think that's possible. Or did you give it that? Whatever.
I
It-
put it on.
It's on there.
Yeah.
But he's also got a bit of damage. What was it? 10 AP3?
Yeah.
That's intense.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Big Shooter does have armor though, which is good. The other pharaohs don't.
All right, this Skitari is going to aim and shoot at the big Shooter and get a hit with 1 shift, and that is going to be... Ew, nothing. 10 damage, AP 1.
He's still up, but he's not happy about it.
All right. Next round, Heachacka.
All right. I don't really exactly know what to do with myself here. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want to really get it up in it necessarily, but I could go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and not be in the line of fire and still hit him with a big claw. So I'm gonna do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and hit this servitor with
Okay.
the big ol' mecha arm.
The Power Claw.
That's what it was.
Alrighty.
Iron Jaws. Rip. Power Claw. Which is here. Which is itself a WoW weapon.
Nice.
Oh, baby.
Okay, that is a hit. That'll probably finish him off. Oh, yeah. 16 damage, AP 3. He is done. Goodbye, sweet prince. Peppa. 1 servitor remaining.
I will aim, target him, and I will try to shoot him in his noggin as well. With the trusty plasma pistol. Supercharge it, why not? So that gives me 3 ED, and the call check gives me some more.
Alright, that is a hit.
Alright, 2 shifts.
Couple shifts.
I'll do 1 for glory, 1 for damage.
Okay. Yeah, about that. That is going to vaporize Mr. Servitor.
Nice.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Are you going to move at all?
Nope, I aimed.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right, the Tech Priest is up. He's going to take a shot at... Ooh, so many targets. We're going to roll D3 here. On a 1 or 2, it'll be Heachacka. 3, 4, it'll be the Burna. 5, 6, it'll be the Big Shooter. Big Shooter takes careful aim.
Oh,
Not literally, but...
good.
and shoots with his arc rifle.
Don't do that.
Scoring a lot
Much.
of successes. We'll shift those two. Pachoo! 16 damage, AP 1. And it has the arc rule. This deadly electronic discharge of arc weapons scrambles vehicle technology. Gain extra ED when attacking a vehicle. Okay, don't have to worry about that. But basically, this thing shoots like a bolt of lightning that I'm assuming fries that guy.
He's gone.
Big Shooter down for the count. And I'm going to spend a point of ruin to let this guy take a second action.
What?
It's one of his special abilities. And he's going to shoot again. Same thing, we'll D3 it, except this time 5-6 will be the Feral Orc. Heachacka, he takes aim at you in the cover.
Yeah. I was about to ask. I was like, do I get cover from the corner?
Oh yeah.
Great,
We'll
thank
give
you.
Some cover here.
I need that. Actually, never
Ooh,
mind.
a complication. But he does hit. Take it for his complication. Dropped weapon. Well, he can't actually drop the gun because it's part of his thing. So I guess he drops his axe as he's concentrating on attacking you. and he does 15 damage AP1.
Okay. Well, I'm down. Although I guess I could roll determination. Does that matter at this point?
Probably not.
That's
So you will
not
take
double my
another.
health, so I'm
Okay.
yeah.
He'll take another memorable injury then.
Oh my god.
Don't roll the cut tongue again.
That's this one. This one. Nope.
Torn ear. You don't have a torn ear yet, do you?
Nope.
All right. Roll d6. 4, 5, 6. It's the left side. All right. The right side. Okay. And then the tech priest is going to move back around the corner. And that is going to leave us with the feral orcs. What's left of them?
Ooh.
What a dick.
Is my feral orc's choppa still lying around? Can I like pick it up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's plenty laying here with all the dead people. You can grab one.
Alright, he's gonna pick one up
Okay.
and charge the last Qatari here.
All right. Go for it.
Oh, wow.
You'd have 2 more dice because you charge and you have a wall weapon. One of them hits.
So 10
Okay.
successes.
So you've got
Three
three
shifts for damage.
shifts. Yep. On the on fire Skitari.
I'm gonna move 2 of them to damage and 1 to glory.
Okay. All right. Roll damage. Not great. Only 9 damage. That equals his resilience, so he takes a point of shock instead. Servitors are down. Skitari, roll me fire damage, please.
Fire damage. 2.
2 more. Okay, he's hurting. He is going to spend a ruin to disengage.
Can I still use my Burna?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Before he goes, yeah, go ahead.
My Burna is going to shoot the tech priest.
Okay. Last thing that fucking burn ever does. Look at
He's
that.
gonna do it well.
This is
Excuse me.
nice. All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Those shifts are going to damage.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
I mean, he's still on fire.
Yep.
That's cool.
All right. So that is he soaks 3 of that with his determination roll, and 11 damage. Yeah, it won't be enough. He's just on fire. Doesn't actually do any damage to him. Okay. Round 6, which will probably be the last round, I imagine. Heachacka, you're down.
Can I seize the initiative with a Wrath?
Yes.
Like I go before Heachacka?
Yes.
Sick. So I will run up to Heachacka and jam an early syringe in his chest.
Fuck yeah.
And I get extra DOS because I'm fucking about with an orc.
No shifts.
Yeah, we're gonna Wrath that. Give me some shifts. 1 shift.
Oh.
That's so sad.
Wow.
Alright, well, you get 2 HP back.
Oh my gosh.
Up and down and up and down. Okay. Heachacka, your turn.
Nice. Well, I guess I'm down this many. And I don't want to get up close and personal with these guys. But I guess I will try to get clever and fire, like, let's say I'm gonna fire a explosive charge. About yay.
Okay.
Just a little bit behind, hoping to not hit the feral orc, but you know, still sort of technically within blast range.
Gotcha. Go for it.
So,
It is what it is.
Here we go. Which is 1dn, but it is a range attack. Oops. There we go. That's not great, but
Critical.
it did a thing. I'm gonna go ahead and spend a wrath on that. Although, yeah, whatever. I'll spend a wrath on that. There we go.
There we go. And then
Okay.
don't be afraid to dump a ruin, I guess, or
Roll,
glory.
roll the critical. And roll damage. Visceral blow, 1 mortal wound, entangled. Or no, 1 mortal wound, and you can dump glory for more mortal wounds and extra effects. And then
Oh,
go ahead and
yeah.
roll damage.
Guess I'll put 2 glory into that.
Make
And
it
you can
3
put like
mortal wounds.
3 or 4, honestly.
Yeah, go 3.
We're almost at max, yeah.
Sure, 3. I'm told 3. Let's go 3.
shock.
Okay.
And then roll damage. Pretty good.
Oh.
Blast 4.
And are you doing prone or extra shock with your glory as well? Because you get mortal wounds, and then you can choose those effects.
Shock. Yeah, just throw a shock on everybody.
So 6 shock, which is going to do more mortal wounds, and then 21 damage. Okay, well, that obviously hits the feral orc, and I'm assuming that annihilates him with 21 damage.
Darn.
Skitari is down in a blue explosion, and you do hit and annihilate what's left of the tech priest as well in that explosion.
Fuck yeah.
You also hit the walls on the left and right, which is gonna hit those 2 rooms and annihilate them as well. What was the range? Where did you shoot? You aimed here? It's blast 4?
Oh no, wait. Yeah. No, you had it right. It was 4, so it would be just enough to hit the feral orc.
Okay.
And I guess these corners? Or I don't know how.
Yeah, and please measure out as far as it goes for me. Yep. Okay, and go to the other side.
Yeah, 4.
Okay.
That's also 4.
It's actually
That-
gonna matter. Okay.
This is
All
4.
right. I gotcha.
This is
So, oh, and then you hit the energy fields too on the other 2 devices. Ooh. All right.
Oh, what does that mean?
Well,
Oh,
we'll
God.
get back to that. So we've gone past our break time here, so we will take our break. But the explosion engulfs the room, like the north half of the room, incinerating the feral orc and the Skitari and the tech priest before he can react, and tearing through those 2 rooms as well, and hitting the devices that are defended by the force field. So we'll see what happens when we get back. Go ahead and take a break, grab some Dr. Pepper, and hate your life for being on call. We'll be right back.
Oof.
Alright, be back, boys.
Yeah, BRB.
Alrighty.
All right, so the dust has settled as these the blast from Heachacka's custom Mega Blaster goes away, incinerating the Skitari, the remaining one, the Tech Priest, and the last feral orc, leaving only the Boyz still standing alongside a very injured, fucked up, and now tongueless Heachacka, and a somewhat beat up Peppa. When that explosion goes off, it tears through these 2 rooms to the left and right of you, and I guess I can get rid of those walls as well on the other side. And what else? Oh, these devices that are in these energy shields. How much damage did you do, Heachacka?
24.
That's your
21.
21 AP3.
Jeez.
All right. That does overload the force field on those things, and it does damage the devices underneath. They're not completely wrecked, but they are damaged, and they seem to cease functioning at the moment. You guys may do what you wish now as the dust has settled.
I'd like to open this door.
You don't have to. You can just go through the blown up wall on the other side. So what you see when you walk around is those two rooms appeared to be some sort of generator for either the command center or the base. And both of those generators are absolutely slagged and destroyed from Heachacka's shot. Destroyed beyond repair in any salvageability. I guess I should turn the lights off on those things too.
So I'm gonna walk up to the mysterious shielded things, try to figure out what they were all about.
Give me a tech test. DN9.
Oh, jeez. Yep. Oh, I did not turn the number up. Well,
Complication.
I kind of
Only
want
4 successes.
I'm gonna do a wrath on that one, I guess. Still 7 beans.
Okay.
Oh, complication.
Oh, warp interference. Okay, so,
That's the only one that gives the result.
yep, it really is. So I need you to give me a. Let me check my notes here. I believe it's a DN3 conviction test. Hold on, I gotta find my rules here. Okay, so rather than automatically gaining a corruption point, basically the warp is acting out, and as we determined earlier, I explained this system has warp interference in it, or warp turbulence, what it's called. So this system is heavily saturated by warp energy. So every time you guys roll this, I need you to make a DN2 conviction test. If you fail, you will gain a corruption point.
Okay. So calling conviction, it says do a corruption or a mutation test. That would be a corruption.
Yes.
You said DN
2.
2.
Is it? Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Because these tests are different, because conviction and resolve are lesser stats, so they have different rules. I don't know why they did it that way, because it's just another fucking thing you gotta... This would be DN3. There's a difficulty chart here they give in the... Oh, it's right here on the GM screen. Jesus Christ, what am I doing? Get your head in the game. Alright, DN3 conviction test.
Okay. I got 2 out of 2. So can I throw a glory at it?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that.
Alright. You
Alright.
gain a corruption point.
Oh, nuts.
If you gain 6, that's when you have to worry.
Okay, I'm up to 2.
Cool. Maybe someone will mutate by the end of this campaign. Great. Okay, what would you guys like to do? Oh, you failed that test too, so you're not sure what this thing is.
Not to that. Well, Sean, you're muted.
Ah, thank you. I thought I unclicked that. Peppa would like to examine whatever these things are.
Okay. Give me a tech test, DN3. Nice. So, you can tell that each of these stations are basically the command station for different parts of the mine. However, you can tell that this is probably not the main master command center. It's probably not the HQ that looks over the entire mining operation, but as far as you can tell, it's probably broken into quadrants or sectors of some sort, and this is a primary one for this section of the mine, and then each of these stations looks over a different part. One of them is for manufactorum, one of them is for like a storage warehouse area, and then one of them is for a like the foundry area, so kind of like the area that Loktar and Gravescorcha are currently at.
Okay.
And then the fourth one is probably another manufactorum or another mining area. So it looks like basically it's where you can monitor everything there. The holo table is obviously showing that section that command station is attached to, so you can see where all the different units of miners and Skitarii patrols and things like that are located, and where they're at, what they're doing. Looks like pretty much in real time too, which is pretty crazy. You've never seen anything like the holo tables. They seem pretty technologically advanced. So yeah, this is like where you would command everything for this part of the base: communications, power, security, getting in contact with the patrols and other underlings that obviously were underneath this tech priest.
Okay, gotcha. Is there like a map that we can look at so Heachacka and I can sort of get an idea of where we need to go?
Oh, yeah.
Me pick up Loktar and everyone?
Yeah, well, you guys would know where to go to find them. Plus, you guys can, you do have communication devices on yourselves, and even if they're not working, you have communications here. Can access now. But yes, you can find them.
Nice. All right.
Looks like they are currently moving through one of the foundries, and you would be able to probably actually see that on the holo map. There's clear red dots that are indicating unauthorized presence, and it looks like there is a minor like alert that's going through this part of the base. At least you can't tell if the entire planet knows that you're here, but this section of the base certainly does.
Would there be a way to like turn off the alert or make those red blips like green so they have access?
You could certainly try, but you think for the amount of time that you've been here, that it's probably only a matter of time before more people become aware of you.
Right.
Unless you can think of something clever to try to make that not happen, but you're sure other parts of the base probably at least know that you've entered the mines and have started fighting. Beyond that, though, you'd have to, that's just your guess.
Right.
So you can certainly try things if you want, but that's what you would guess and assume. Because at this point, you guys have probably been at least planet-side. I mean, some of you have been planet-side for hours because you're waiting for the dropships to show up, but actually in the base, probably at least an hour or two.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Is there like a manifesto log of what's in the storage room that we passed by?
Yes, you could find that. That is simple stuff. I'll need a tech test at DN5. Slug. Trying to find some decent music here, but not feeling. Okay, what you got? Ooh, a critical.
Squeaked by there.
Okay, so you can discover that obviously the main thing that they're doing is mining for the black ceramite here on a massive scale. You would know that ceramite everything is done here on the planet so they don't have to export it. They can export finished product. The two main things that you see is that it's used to construct power armor, obviously, because it's ceramite, and then it's used to for the jewelry and for its ornamentation that it can be made from after you get rid of the black coating on it. When you scrub that off and clean it, it's like this bright fire orange, fire red color, and those basically it's like a gemstone, and you can tell that it's used. The rich people would be wanting to get their hands on that. You can see that there's regular exports to Telesora's Bliss for that, and then to the Further Imperium as a luxury good. They also harness the thermal energy of the lava flows throughout the planet to help power the base, so they don't have to always rely on actual generators and things. And then, they make some other minor things here, like lenses on las guns, things like that. They've got some basic manufactorums here, but it's predominantly for the ceramite. So that the power armor would be the big thing here. Some of these warehouses have just the raw stuff that still needs to go through the foundry. Others have finished stuff, or stuff that's somewhere in between. There's other minerals that are mined here too, obviously doing like an actual underground mining operation. They find other natural metals and things like that they use for, typical things. And again, because you're on a planetary scale, there's lots of it here. But by far, at least, probably 50% or more of the planet's output is ceramite, the black ceramite.
All right. Any packed up shipments that were in that storage container that we could just scoot off with or anything like that?
Oh yeah, you pull up a little map, and it's like a small little area with maybe about 8 rooms, a couple hallways. It's not just like you walk in and it's a big open warehouse. There's like a loading dock, and then there's a backup generator there. There's even a couple bunks for some of the workers, the human workers. There's like a rec room. There's a washroom there as well, and then there's a couple storage areas. So it's like a small little area where the people that work there also live there. And there's tons of those throughout the area, but the one you passed was one such storage area.
All right. And then I guess regarding generators and power sources, besides the solar panels, presumably that last room might be one, but from the console, can I figure out if there are, I guess, lootable power sources or batteries?
Yes. So these two things that you blew up were precisely the type of thing you were looking for.
Rats.
However, I'll just give you guys a view of this room now, because this, let me turn off the lighting here so you guys can see. Everybody see the map now?
Yeah.
Okay. So these 4 rooms have generators. These 2 on the south side are still operational because only the doors here and walls got blown up, but it didn't go far enough to damage the generator. So these 2 are still okay. This holo table over here is destroyed because that got hit by the blast too in the very beginning. Let me turn that off. What else got nuked? I think that was it. So these 2 power sources are still okay. Can unlock these at this point to be able to open those. These 2 center rooms that are green look like a server / file room, digital files. There's obviously the Adeptus Mechanicus doesn't have time for paper files. Everything is digital or mechanical. This one on the right has been damaged. Obviously, some of the files and servers in there are destroyed and inoperable and unsalvageable, but this one is still good as well. There's probably a wealth of data in there. You're not sure what these things are with the force fields, but you're guessing because, one, they have these force fields, and two, they are clearly some source of power. They could be a power source. You're not sure, but you would, Heachacka, you would feel inclined that they would be worth taking, even though you're not sure what they are yet.
That sounds good.
I mean, this whole room is like worth looting, but in particular, you're not, like I said, you're not sure what those things are, so those pique your interest. These things are actual power generators, like Mulgrim was asking for. There's probably tons of data on here worth getting in the server rooms, and even the holo stations, if you could somehow take them with, are, you know, probably got something. You know, you've got all sorts of things going through your mind you think they would be worth doing. And then the councils themselves and the command stations, even if you don't stay here to do any more, just looting them for parts and scrap would be really good. Aren't these lighting effects so fucking cool?
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
Yeah, I was like shifting these guys back and forth in because it's like, oh, I'm bluer in the blue light.
Yeah, I wanted the idea to be like just the blue glow of the councils, and like the rest of the room is just, there's no lights. Because they're robots, they don't fucking need to see.
Yeah, and the tech zone.
Yeah, I mean, so we will assume that you can communicate with Locktar and Gravescorch at this point. You probably have to use the station's communication sources just because you're too far away for your regulars to work, especially because you're underground and with all the machinery and stuff down here. There's probably some interference on your Voxes.
Boys, we're sitting on a thick gold mine up here. Any free hands better come on up and grab a hold of the biggest machine they can carry.
I just got the boys looting now. I'll send them your way.
Keep in mind, too, you guys split, so you guys have plenty of other orcs that have been looting and pillaging the hallways and probably fighting other patrols and things like that, so there's plenty to help come in and start just taking whatever and hauling stuff off.
I guess before that happens, I think we need to inspect the shielded things, because that's like
Yeah. Big
got like a strange aura about them.
yeah.
All right, so you failed at this point to figure out what they are, so you won't be able to figure out what they do. However, you'll need another tech test to successfully figure out how to deactivate them and disassemble them for transport. This will also be a DN9 test.
Oof. Can I help him?
Do you have the tech skill?
Oh,
Whatever
no.
it is?
No, I just have int. Nope.
Then no, you cannot.
Rip.
DN9 and then +1 because I'm still injured and junk.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go. Ah, shitballs.
Complication. Man, DN10, that's rough.
1, 2, 3, 6. It's warp again. 1. Lost item.
Lose another piece of your plasma ammo.
Here we go.
It's shorted out. You try to mess with the force shield and it like zaps you, and you see one of your power cells on your belt just goes from blue to not blue to off. You have any wrath left?
No.
I mean, I'd offer my wrath if I could.
No, it's all spent.
What was your What was your objective?
Do something via the speed of fast is better. Is that what it said?
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. If any of the other characters have tech, they can try the test as well, but other than that, you're stumped on those two things.
I mean, unless we can shortwave radio up to a Zingits or the Big Mech.
No, you'd have to use the base's
Okay.
communications for that. Your Voxes won't reach because you're underground right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess we're at the console. Couldn't we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Open a channel to the ship and be like, "Hey, Mork,
Yeah.
have you ever heard of this?"
Bogey, baby. What do you got?
Yeah, you can call up to him and ask him. He just suggests a bunch of things that you also kind of, theorize, but without being able to see it, he's not sure. He tells you to bring it back.
Yeah, that's all fine, as long as it won't explode if we try to move it.
Yeah, well, what's wrong with that?
All right.
What kind of mech is you? Stuff explodes all the time.
Bring some of the slobbiest boys in first. Those laser gits. They can be the first to pry it off of the beams.
I'm sorry, which boys did you say?
Laziest, slobbiest.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. So, what do you guys want to do at this point? Like I said, you guys can communicate freely with Loktar and Gravescorcher now.
Now things are on your end. Anyone else get blended by a red man with too many arms?
No, you guys did not encounter anything like that. Your resistance has been just light Skitarii patrols, which you've pretty much outnumbered, and you guys have more or less secured that manufactorum or the foundry. I'm sorry, the foundry. However, there's some stuff you guys there have been able to loot, but not nearly as much cool stuff as the command center or probably that storage unit that's nearby.
No, it's been pretty easy over here. You guys get a proper fight?
I'd say so.
Looking at the pile of bodies in the hallway.
And our HP.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a safe bet.
There's been an appropriate amount of explosions up here.
We's just grabbing what we can over here.
Good, good. That's what we're hoping for as well, but we need a few extra hands.
Right, let's get the boys over there. There's not much left over here.
Okay. Well, you can easily do that and get the orcs to looting and pillaging whatever they can. Do you have them attempt to remove these things with the force fields?
Only once the purple generators are like far enough away. Those go first. That's what we need.
Okay.
We're gonna try and take whatever we can.
So leave those things for last, basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try not to blow ourselves up in the process.
Alrighty. Well, please roll me a D100 for each of them, Matt.
Alrighty, that's this one.
You're looking
Oh,
to roll over a 25. Okay. The next one.
Uh-oh.
The first one, Your boys somehow, after they sizzle and fry their hands a bit, they eventually seem to get the power field to either overload or shut off, and then they're able to disassemble, not disassemble, but detach this thing from the floor and carry it out. The second one, however, does not go as planned, and as several orcs are electrocuted and fried to death by the force field, it overloads and explodes, destroying the device and basically everything in this quadrant of the room, completely destroying this command console, the holo table, and most of this server room. And well, it's right by the entrance too, so the entrance to the command center gets destroyed and collapsed, and you guys can't access it. I mean, that was the last things you guys were taking, so you've pretty much looted the room bare, but yeah, there's no going back in that command center anytime soon, unless you spend time moving the rubble. Several orcs nearby that are carrying your spoils of war laugh when this explosion goes off. Especially the ones who successfully detach the other device.
Ah, nuts.
Well, this is a good haul. Get back to the ship. Make use of this.
All right. Well, you start loading up the shuttles with orcs and spoils of war and return back to the Vindication. You can tell as you're doing this, there are definitely more Adeptus Mechanicus forces making their way to your position, but nothing is close enough to really interfere. And by the time any significant presence of the enemy is able to respond, you guys are long gone with everything that you have. So assuming you don't do anything else while you guys are in the command center, that will be it for your little pit stop here.
Chris, would I have been able to go snag the arc rifle from the tech priest?
I'll need an acquisition test to see if it didn't get annihilated in the explosion.
Okay.
Let me check the stuff here. It is...
Just like an influence?
Yeah, it's been a while since we did one of these.
Yeah.
So, this thing is rarity rare, and its value 6, rarity is +2. So it is DN 8, and I'm gonna add another 2 DN because it was in a fucking damage 21 AP3 blast 4 explosion.
Okay.
So DN 10.
Yeah. It's probably not going to happen, but...
Well,
Give
keep
it
in
a
mind
shot.
you can burn wealth here to add icons, even though you're not actually buying it. Since you're making an acquisition test, I will let you spend the wealth to represent that. Maybe you just got lucky.
Nope. Most I can get is 8.
Oh, you only have 8 wealth?
I only have 5 wealth, but I got 3 successes.
Well, have you spent any wealth thus far?
Yeah, before.
Okay. So I know you said, because this is session 13, so you should, over the course of the campaign, have 13 total wealth.
Yeah, I gotta look back.
I know you said you missed some. Do you know how much you've spent so far?
I think it would be at least 8, because I spent a bunch when I bought the heavy bolter.
Oh, okay. Then, alas, poor arc rifle, we knew you well.
I mean, I didn't actually get hit by it, so I didn't know it that well, so I'm okay with this.
You saw the blue lightning arc through the hallway, though. It looked pretty cool.
It did look cool.
It is gone. Sorry.
No worries. Such is life.
Yep.
Just get Mulgrim to make me a cool weapon.
That's the spirit. All right. Anything else anybody wants to do while you're here?
Grab some of the data, I guess, from those center areas we discussed.
Okay. is going to be a DN7 test.
Tech test or?
Yeah, yep. They are secured. Well, let me rephrase that. You can take the stuff, no problem. Actually accessing and hacking it will be a tech test to actually access the information that's on the drives.
Oh yeah, I just want to take it and then I'll offload it onto like Heachacka or Milgram because they're the smart kids.
No problem. That you can do easily.
All right.
Just imagine like a big server room from any movie or TV show you've seen.
Yeah.
Like the underground server room from Silicon Valley that they had to work in for a while, and just grab a bunch of those and take off, not knowing what you've looted, but...
Peppa's just gonna grab one of the server racks like a fucking fridge and just hoist it on his shoulder and walk out.
Yep. It's worth something to somebody, so...
Worst case, we just sell it for scrap.
I mean, it wouldn't be behind a locked door if it wasn't important, right?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, like, you know, like a gang member, like looting the wheels off a car, you fucking bogart one of these things and go running down the hall with it over your shoulder. Leaving the other server racks up on cinder blocks.
Can't have shit in Charcion.
This is riddled with crime. All right, are we done here?
I guess so.
All right, final answer.
I think that's it. Unless
Alright.
this like random north path leads somewhere.
No, that's a wall. That's a wall.
Okay, that's what I assumed, but
No, I
just
had to custom put this map together to get something cool. So it's just the same room 4 times.
no, it looks great.
It worked out well, but it was
Yeah.
a pain in the ass. So, and then as usual, I got way too involved. I was like, oh, let's do lights, let's do walls, and then it was like, this is supposed to take like just a quick Google search for a map, and now an hour later, fucking Picassoing this thing together. All right, well, that's okay. At least we got to use it for a bit. Back on the Vindication, you guys have made out like bandits. Morale is high for the orcs. As a matter of fact, you guys can add D3 to the morale on your ships. And so somebody can roll those if you'd like, please. Or just roll 1 D3, we'll do it for both ships. Okay, 2 morale. Nicely done. Which means if I could edit this, morale of the Purging Fury is up to 77 out of 90. And on the Vindication, we are up to max 99 out of 99. Spirits are good. And for scrap, you've made off quite well. You've got 2 power sources for Mulgrim. Not as many as he wanted, but he is certainly happy with those. You have the weird tech item. You're not sure what that thing is. If you want to let Mulgrim take a look at it, he certainly will. And then you got yourselves a ton of scrap. So, you're going to get D3 scrap from the foundry, and then the command center itself. Each section of the base was worth an additional scrap, so that's an additional 4. Roll me another D3, please. All right, so 5 more scrap, bringing your total up to 11. A good haul, and you lost a couple orcs. All right. It'll take some time for Mulgrim to look over that device. So, I guess we should actually be back on this map. What would you clowns like to do next?
I guess prepare for our trip, right?
Yeah, we were going to Akrados and Cobalt, right?
It is a 1, 2, 3. There's a 4-week journey to Akrados, 5-week journey to Cobalt.
Akrados, right?
I think Akrados, yeah.
Yeah, that's the junk planet.
Yo.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can obviously fully heal because you'll have plenty of time to do that over the coming days. So, the question I must ask, do you warp travel or do you regular travel the rest of the trip?
Boys, it's time. It's time we jump into the warp.
I guess the question is, do you want to play Merkbjor sooner or later?
We need to activate the weird powers in our boys.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah.
How we
Someone's
started.
got to be able to pilot this ship.
Yeah, maybe we want to talk to Shornscar and see what he feels about warp travel.
Also, just let the navigator know, like, hey, we're gonna start traveling through the warp. Be ready, bud.
We're gonna replace the navigator with Shornscar.
All right. Well, you guys tell me. What are things? Sounds like you got a couple ideas of what you want to do. So you tell me, and we'll go through everything here.
Yeah, if you guys wanna attempt warp travel, we can see how this works out.
Yeah,
So
I'm very curious.
The basis here, okay, and again, this is all custom rules that I've had to slap together based off of the stuff from Rogue Trader. So listeners, I took the rules from Rogue Trader and I basically like rewrote them like 3 or 4 times until I found something that worked. Warp travel in Rogue Trader was a fucking mess. For starters, there's 2 sets of warp travel rules. If you use the core rulebook or one of the expansion books, the Navis Primer. And nowhere does it tell you which one are you supposed to use or if one trumps the other. And man, was it complicated. And you could, in theory, have to roll dozens or even hundreds of times on tables for encounters if you rolled poorly and if your journey took too long. And the whole point of warp travel in 40k is it's supposed to be the equivalent of faster than light travel, because obviously you got to get around a galaxy as massive as the one in 40k, and doing regular sublight speed ain't gonna cut it. But the time travel in Rogue Trader is like randomly determined, or there's charts for if you play in the sandbox area they made, that system has rules for it. And I get that the warp's not supposed to make sense and sometimes shit goes wrong, but if there's no real benefit to doing warp travel, then why wouldn't you, as far as game mechanics go, just travel at sublight speed? So here we're doing it really simple. We're not randomly determining how long the journey takes or any of that stupid shit. If you do warp travel, it will reduce the voyage time by half, rounded down by weeks. So you're doing a 4-week journey, it'll take 2. Now, based on how your journey goes, it could take longer or shorter than that, depending on a variety of things. So that's the risk. You could get there weeks or days earlier, or you might end up weeks or days late, or if you roll really, 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 really bad, you could get lost in the warp forever. Or end up in a random part of the system, or another neighboring star system, 1d6 years before or after you actually departed. That's pretty rare, though. You'll be fine. So there is the equivalent to obviously get around the system faster, which means your orcs will be tearing the ship apart less, which will make your test to keep them under control easier. And also, because other stuff is happening in the system while you guys are doing this, the longer you guys do things, the more time other things in the system and in the campaign have to react, develop, and happen. So if it's time for warp travel, the rules are all finally done.
It's starting to look like it's time.
All right.
You're the boss,
Well, you said you want to talk to Scornshar. Oh my god. Shornscar. Let's just change his name to Scornshar at this point. You said you want to talk to Shornscar and Vashir, the navigator, perhaps. So we can start there.
I'm gonna leave Brapgob with the Blackstone in the workshop to
Okay.
begin with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's got a place where he can like stash it or hide it on himself, so no one can find it. But yeah, he can be like the keeper of the Blackstone. That could be his title, Brap Gob, the keeper of the Blackstone.
Oh, that's rules. Can Gravescorcher find Mulgrim and see about maybe making a mega burner?
Yes. Yes, we can do that. Well, why don't we just go around the table here? So, Heachacka, it sounds like you probably have a good idea what you want to do. So, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, I don't want to talk to the navigator again, so I'm gonna go to Shronskar and ask about his experiences with warp travel.
Okay.
Turn it out.
Does anybody go with Heachacka to have this discussion?
Peppa will go.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to be part of the conversation.
All right. Well, you find Shornskar in his hut that he has. As usual, he is sitting inside, not doing a whole lot. He's a pretty chill guy for an orc. But there's a lot of activity because you guys have just come back from a successful looting and pillaging mission. So the camp, where your home used to be, down in the plasma room, plasma generators, is a buzz of activity. And he sees you all approaching. He's sitting cross-legged on the floor, and you guys get that eerie feeling, that buzz of static when you get close to him, when you can feel the psychic energy emanating from him and just from the other boys. And he's kind of almost got this ethereal glow about him. And when he opens his eyes, they are, you can see, a little bit charged with Orc Wa energy, giving it a strange supernatural glow. And he sees the three of you or four of you, and he gives you a nod, and he looks at you, Loktar. Seems the boys pleased with the way things is going, boss. Congratulations are in order, I think.
It's good to hear from you, Shornskar. We're looking for more fights and looking for more wins for the boys.
He gives you a slow nod. You keep this up. I see great things from Mork and Gork for you.
Then it's good to have you on my side.
He gives you a toothy grin, but he doesn't say anything. So what brings you to my hut?
We was looking to go into the warp. We was wasting too much time in space. And he wants to know what you think.
Well, we's all been through the warp before, so it ain't nothing new.
This navigator's giving us troubles.
Of course he is. Wouldn't you?
Do you think you can persuade him?
He looks almost a little shocked that you might ask him that, and then he seems to contemplate it for a while. Give me a persuasion test.
Ouch.
You.
Okay, well, it is an opposed roll here, so
We got glory up the wads.
I mean, I guess I'll use my wrath. I have one wrath left.
okay.
Oh, and then I'll use a glory. We have a lot of that.
One success.
So 2 successes.
Oh, there we go. Okay. He says, "I can try. Can't promise anything."
Yumis are stubborn, but might makes right.
Yeah, but if you crush his skull, then he ain't no good to us.
Do we need him?
He contemplates this for a moment. You alls know how dangerous it is going through the other realm. Better to have him. Might be able to pull us through myself. I never done it before. You want me to, though, I will.
Talks to him first.
Alright. Okay. Well, he will go do that. If anybody wants to accompany him with that, they certainly can as well. What else do you guys want to do before you speak with the Sheer? Or is there anything, or you just want to jump right to that?
So we decided armor doesn't really do anything more for my character, right?
Not unless you got armor that was higher than armor rating 3.
Okay. Then can I try and get a pet squig?
Yes. Yes, you can.
Okay, then I'm gonna use my wealth for a pet squig.
Okay. Tell you what, Eric, make a note of that for next time, because I would have to figure out what the value rating is going to be, so what the DN of the test is going to be. Because I do actually have rules for the squigs.
Alright.
They're part of the tribe now. But if you want like a personal squig, like as like a piece of war gear, quote unquote, then yeah, we'll make a test for it. But we'll count it for this session. So if you want to make an acquisition test next week for something, you can. But we'll do this test for the squig next week.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything before we talk to the Sheer?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if I could upgrade the Burna.
Okay. How so do you want to upgrade it? Is there another type of Burna in the game that you can get? Like, because like in 40k, there's flamers, there's heavy flamers. I don't know if there's anything like that for the orcs.
I don't think so, but maybe we can find like a heavy flamer.
Or you could potentially get the add-ons to weapons too. I forget.
That's true. A lot of the add-ons, though, they don't really make too much sense in terms of being helpful with like a Burna.
Dude, you're an orc. Doesn't have to make sense as long as it actually works by the rules. Like, does it make sense to have a chain bayonet on a Burna? No, but it's fucking
Is it
cool.
cool? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, well, whatever. Not chain bayonet.
Put a
What is-
bayonet on that
what is
bayonet.
What do the cans or dreads carry? Is that a bigger Burna?
Well, you know what? There actually are rules for a Killacan in the base game, so let's see if it actually has any weapons on it. I think in the tabletop they just have regular Burnas and Scorchas. Oh, Burnas and Scorchas are two different things, though. I think so.
I was gonna say, isn't Scorcha something different? I don't
Yeah,
know
I think it's the
what.
heavier one. This has Buzzsaw, Grotzuka, Drilla, Big Shooter, Rocket Launcher, and Clan Claw. Can Claw, not Clan Claw. There's no clan here. Can Claw. It is not a racist grot, I promise. So these don't actually even have flamethrower weapons on them. And they could in the game, but these particular ones don't. So, I don't, unless there's anything here. Orc ranged weapons. Nothing there. I'll check one other thing, but it's unlikely. There might be something in the expansion book, the fan one. And actually, I discovered there's some extra fan material for like each of the different alien races, and there is one for orcs. I don't have it on this computer though. There might be. I don't know if there's war gear in there, but I'll check. But let me check the other thing and see if there's anything here.
What if I added a silencer?
I mean, If
As-
the rules will let you do it, then yes, you can attempt it. Because like some of those upgrades, they only work on certain. Like there's prerequisites basically.
A red laser dot sighted, silenced flamethrower.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing in the expansion book either for different flamethrowers. So unless
Okay.
there's a heavy flamer from the Imperium that you could loot, which there is.
Oh. How
Yeah,
about
there's
that?
hand flamers and heavy flamers. Heavy flamers obviously the better version.
Yeah. Okay, so I just got to run into one of those guys.
Well, for the purposes of this, you guys have looted tons of stuff, so I would allow you to make an acquisition test to try to get one either that's been looted or that's been cobbled together, and we'll just count it as using the stats of a heavy flamer.
Okay.
So if you want to try, you can do that.
And that's an influence?
Yes.
And I could do strength, right, for influence because I'm an orc?
For
Or
this
is that-
test, yes, because you're dealing with other orcs.
Okay.
It's going to be DN, let's see, 7.
Okay. I mean, I got the money, but I'd really like to
not.
get a good roll here.
Ooh, 4
Hey.
successes.
Okay. I still have rats, so I'm gonna fucking rank
Okay.
up.
And technically, that's a critical.
It is. Oh,
Ooh.
don't criticals do something special on these tests?
I don't know.
I thought
Uh,
they did.
Hey,
They might count as extra.
guys, would you mind if I dipped into the glory?
Go for it, dog.
I know,
Well, let's hold on before you do. Let's check.
Oh, okay. See what the critical does.
I thought it did something. I might be wrong, but oh my god, so many pages.
You get a car.
You get a heavy flame. You get a heavy flamer. It's okay. If you fail the test, you may spend wealth to add icons. If you roll a complication, you lose a wealth. Oh, it doesn't say anything for criticals though.
Whatever.
I would say for critical, you could reduce the DN by 1. So it'd be DN 6 instead of 7.
Oh, okay.
It seems fair. You got lucky in your search or found somebody who's giving you a deal or something like that.
So I would need 2 more.
Yes.
Okay, so I will use 1 glory.
Okay. Okay, so the raft did nothing. The glory does nothing. So you could spend
Okay.
2 wealth.
I will spend 2 wealth.
Okay. Then I will give you a heavy flamer. And you may start to orcify it at your heart's content.
Excellent.
So
while
it-
this is... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It looks like it does a little bit more damage. It has AP 1. And it is a heavy weapon, though. So you got to see what that entails. But
Okay.
I'll put it on your character sheet here as soon as I find it. There you go.
Okay.
Enjoy. All right. What else were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was... It was just about fulfilling my orc objective.
Oh.
I was gonna just yell at a grot and make it punch another grot.
I mean, if you point that heavy flamer at it, you probably make that happen real easy.
Okay, yeah. Just where if I see a grot, I go, "Oi, you! Punch him over there."
Oh, yeah. That'll happen.
Cool.
I don't think the Grots have any problem with beating each other up for your amusement.
Nailed it.
All right. So, you guys go to speak with Vashir, and to make a long story short, Shornscar, unlike many of the orcs here, he doesn't talk much, but when he does have a way with words. And he basically doesn't argue, but he there's a bit of a standoff as Vashir thinks, oh, this is it. They've come to do me in. They brought a psyker. And when it's clear that you guys aren't there to necessarily kill him, Shornscar offers the solution, basically saying, look, you're stuck on this ship with us. You ain't going nowhere. There's no way you're getting out. We need to go places. You can get us there. You get us there, and we don't kill you, and we'll make sure you're comfortable and get you the stuff you need. This goes on for quite some time, back and forth, the two of them kind of offering and counter-offering, sometimes with veiled threats, sometimes with unveiled threats, and sometimes with just general matter-of-factness, much like Heachacka tried to do when he first spoke with him. And, well, we're gonna make a roll here to see if he is successful or not. And Vashir, we're going to need a roll from him as well, as soon as I find where he's at. I changed up my folders last week, so... Unfortunately, they have the same number of successes, but Shornscar gets a complication.
Rip.
I was gonna say, can Shornscar use Guard Glory?
He could. Yes, I can roll a glory for him. 6.
Nice.
That will pass, despite the persuasion or the complication. And I think with the complication, Vashir's probably going to ask for something that's going to be a bit of a nuisance. But if you guys acquiesce, I'm not sure what he would ask for right now, but he does agree. All of you, please give me an insight test.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. A big old 1.
Oh.
Oh, look at this. I mean, not bad rolls considering rolling 2 and 3 dice.
Yeah.
So, Scorcha, with 4 successes, you can tell during this conversation that there's something you notice about Vashir when this is being discussed, and he does a pretty good job of hiding it, or maybe you're the only one who's paying attention and really catches on to it, but you feel like he's making this a harder conversation than it should be, and that he's not necessarily as hard to convince as he's acting. Like you think almost like he's going through the motions of making it seem like he's unwilling to help, but to you feel that there's a part of him that either doesn't have a problem helping you guys, offering to help you guys or agreeing, or a part of him that almost is willing to help you guys, but he's trying to play it as though it is a problem or it is an issue. You're not sure what it is, but you can tell there's something there that you pick up on. You didn't roll enough successes to know exactly, but you do notice it. And, yeah, eventually they come to an agreement. And they actually do shake hands on this. And Shornscar is actually the one that offers his hand first, knowing that this is something that the humans do. And after a long time staring at his green clawed hand, Vashir takes it and shakes it. We'll decide what exactly he's going to want from you guys next time, but I'll make a note here that that's he's going to want something in return.
I would also, Scorcher would also make a note of letting DeBoss know what he noticed.
Do you just let Locktar know, or do you let the others know too?
Just Locktar, he's the boss.
All right. Well, yeah, you can tell him. We'll assume you tell him sometime later.
Yeah.
In private.
What boss?
It looks like they just playing over there.
The Yumi doesn't really have a choice. I don't know why we'd letting them get away with it.
Yeah, they want it.
We's jumping either way. So, keeps an eye on him. He may know something more than he's letting on.
Yeah. Say, boss, how long do we all have to jump? Because with this leg, I can't really jump too much.
You's jumping for all of us, don't you know?
Oh. Oh no. Oh, of course.
Of course.
Well, what else could it possibly be?
Yeah, so my leg locks up and I trip and somehow well no, they don't have balls. So they can't rack themselves.
I was gonna say, based on what I was hearing, did you attempt to jump and roll a complication and then roll the machine spirit complication?
You
Of
betcha.
course, that's all what happened exactly. Play by play. Okay. So Vashir agrees to act as your navigator, perhaps to your relief, perhaps to your suspicion or caution. But you do have a trained navigator to attempt to lead the ship through the warp. So shall we make the jump and call it a night?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what complications we get.
All right, so we're starting off with a 4-week journey, which is going to be reduced to half. All right, so the typical length of warp travel generally reduces a real space voyage by half the amount of time rounded down. If the navigator plots a truly favorable course and guides the vessel well, this time can be reduced even further. However, if the navigator plots an unfavorable course or steers the vessel poorly, the result could be disastrous. Longer voyages, damage to the vessel, or even physical and mental harm to the crew can occur when plying the currents of the Immaterium. So this is a 7-step process based on all the crazy rules from Rogue Trader, which I have converted over to Wrath and Glory rules. So step 1 is divining the auguries. The navigator can attempt to read the tides of the warp before leaving real space. The navigator may choose to make a DN5 psychic mastery test. So this is optional. If he passes, he'll get to know the stability of the warp route before you guys jump into the warp. Otherwise, you guys just go. So question is, do you want him to divine the auguries?
Sure.
I mean, how long does that take?
Right?
It takes a couple hours to get prepped to make a warp jump.
Okay, yeah.
Unless you're doing an emergency warp jump, which is very dangerous and risky, but sometimes you have to do it.
No.
So.
No. We'd give him the time to prepare.
Okay. So DN5, I will let you guys know that I actually had other Matt number 1, actually helped make the rules for both Shornscar and Vashir. I gave him the character sheets, the experience. I said, make these guys. Here's the stats they might need. And he spent the experience as he thought. So I did not write these because I didn't want to make them too good or too shitty. So we'll see.
So we
what
all know
Matt's
to
done.
blame?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So DN5 Psychic Mastery Test. Okay, well, you'll be pleased to see the amount of dice he rolls for this. Cat's killing my leg. Hold on. Ooh, a complication, but he does pass.
Hell, dude.
Okay. So if passed, you may immediately make a roll on the route stability chart in order to learn the conditions of the warp. He can shift to give glory. That's all it can be used for. It doesn't matter here. If a complication is rolled, the tides of the warp are rough. If the vessel translate into the warp now, you will enter in the middle of a warp storm. Or you can wait D6 days for him to make this test again and see if the tides of the warp have calmed down. So he would tell you guys this. If we enter the warp now, it's going to be bumpy. But there's no guarantee that it'll be passed in D6 days. It could still be the same.
Better
What
not
could
be
be-
playing with us, Yumi.
Shornscar tells you he doesn't think that he's lying.
You've got a few days. I'll prepares.
All right. 3 days pass. Nothing really seems to happen in that time. He'll test again, and he passes with flying colors. Okay, so we're going to roll on the warp stability table. Somebody please roll me a d10.
I'm gonna leave it up to one of you now this time.
I can roll. 4?
5. Indirect path. So he charts a course. However, the path from here to there through the warp is not a straightforward one. So this is going to increase the duration of the voyage by a quarter of the time. So it's going to turn a what was a 4-week down to a 2-week. It's going to become a 3-week journey through the warp. Still faster than going through real space. Now, we enter the warp. The captain gives the order to power up the warp engines and begin translating from real space into the warp. Several things happen at this stage. The first is this is optional, Captain, you may ward against ill tidings. So, even though you're an orc, the Share would explain this to you, and you guys would know this from being on the Rogue Traders crew. They would spend time to basically ward the ship and protect against what they would think bad luck, bad omens, bad, mojo, and things like that nature. So your crew spends an hour warding away bad luck for the passage to come. The captain will make a DN5 leadership test. If you pass, things are good. If you fail, the journey might be a little bit harder. If you don't roll against this, then other bad shit can happen. So, Captain, do you wish to prepare for tidings?
Yes.
All right. DN5 leadership test. If you pass, all is well. If you fail, he has to add extra wrath dice to his roll here to get through the warp. So you have 3 successes. Do you have anything left you could boost that with?
Glory.
Looking for the 6. There
Oh,
it
yeah.
is. Swish. Okay, so all is well. You're making things as easy as you can for Vashir, which he does appreciate, even though he doesn't tell you that. And now we test for omens. Crew are superstitious, and entering the warp worries even the most experienced voidsmen. Please roll a D100. If the result is equal to or under the current morale of the crew, all is well. If the result is higher, an omen has affected the ship, which will increase the chance for warp encounters and hallucinations to happen. Luckily, you're sitting at leadership or morale 99 right now, so just don't roll a 100.
No pressure.
60, you're fine. Crew's ready for this. The orcs don't care, and they're starting to outnumber the humans a little bit here and there. Finally, effects of translation. Transitioning into the warp is an unsettling experience at best. Each character, aka you guys, must make a DN3 resolve test. If this is the first time you've entered the warp, this is increased to DN5. If you've entered the warp before, which you all have, you get a +1 bonus. So this is just for you guys. Players out there, you can follow along here. I'm going to make these rules available in the future. This could also affect NPCs. We're not going to worry about them too much. If you pass this test, all is well. If you fail, you will immediately make a roll on the warp hallucinations table.
Uh-oh.
Is that a resolve test?
Yes, DN3.
So when I click on resolve, it just gives me the option of fear or terror.
Do fear.
Okay. And +1
Great.
bonus.
Yes.
Ooh.
So for those who might not know, entering the warp is a truly
Ooh.
horrific experience
Fudge.
as you are entering an alternate dimension. And even though you've all been through this before, it's still something you're never going to get fully used to. So we have a failure for Locktar, a failure for Heachacka, a pass but a complication from Scorcha, and we need a resolve test from Peppa, please.
I'm gonna steal her a glory.
Yeah, you got plenty of glory, go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're good. Locktar only has... Oh, no, he's got 3, because he got 2 + 1. Nicely done. Oh, and look at that, Peppa with 3. Okay. Everybody passes, however, with the complication. If a complication is rolled, the character succumbs to the whispers of the warp and immediately gains 1 corruption point. So as you transition in this other dimension, you can hear the whispers of warp entities promising you all sorts of terrible things, or to do terrible things to you, and it shakes you to your very core. All right. Stage 4, locating the Astronomicon. So in 40K, the Astronomicon, the Emperor's guiding beacon of psychic light, is used as basically a lighthouse for navigators to try to plot courses through the Immaterium and judge their distance from Terra so they know where to steer the ship. However, you can't always see the Astronomicon, so Vashir must try to find it first. So the navigator must now gauge the strength of the Astronomicon to judge their distance from Terra and plot a course. He must make a DN5 awareness test. He doesn't have any other bonuses right now. Luckily, Matt gave him a decent awareness roll as well. Oh, but he's only got 3 successes. Does anybody have any wrath that can throw his way?
Yeah. I do.
Right. We will re-roll that then. Okay, he's got 6 successes, so he passes. So if passed, the light of the Astronomicon can be seen, which will grant him a +1 bonus in stage 5, which is charting the course. So at this point, he has found the Astronomicon. He knows where you guys are going to go, and he's going to try to plot a course and then start steering the ship. The navigator now charts a course based on the stability of the warp route and whether or not they can see the guiding light of the Astronomicon. Make a DN5 scholar test, which he's pretty decent at as well. He's got a +1 bonus here from that, giving him a total of 9 dice. Oh, terrible roll. 2 successes. Any wrath left out there?
I have yet another one.
Alrighty.
That's my last one, though.
There we
That
go.
is 7 successes. All right. If passed, he has plotted a favorable course and gains a +1 bonus to steering the vessel, stage 6. With a course plotted, the journey begins. The navigator must make a DN5 pilot test, including any modifiers from previous stages. So, based on whether or not the course was favorable or unfavorable, and based on whether or not he passes or fails this test, this is what's really going to determine how long it's going to take to get to where you're going to go, and if there's any horrible warp encounters or other terrible things that happen. If things go wrong, this is the stage where they can go wrong. So, piloting test. He's okay at that. He's got 6 dice. He's got a +1 bonus from his excellent charting of the course. And you have a favorable course, so even if he fails, it's not as bad as it could be. And that looks pretty good. 7 successes. That will be a pass. So, if passed and a favorable course was charted, reduce the duration of the journey by 1/4, so that'll cancel out the stability of the route. So you're back down to 2 weeks. And no matter what, you always have to roll at least once on the warp encounters table, because even the shortest journey in the warp catches the attention of the chaos gods and the entities that inhabit that realm. However, if you get worse on this test, there's bonuses to this roll, which makes it worse, because the higher on this table, generally, the worse the encounter. So he must make a roll on the warp encounters table, subtracting -10 from the roll, and in addition, he gains a +1 bonus to the final step, which is exiting the warp. So we have a warp encounters table here. If somebody wants to roll me a D100 -10, you get a 20 or less, then there is no effects. All is well.
You said -10?
Yes.
See if this works the way I think it does.
Oh.
Yep, 31 down to 21. So 21 through 30, almost the best result. Delusional Mirage. Every character on the vessel must pass a DN3 resolve test or roll on the warp hallucinations table. If the ship's Geller field is operational, the roll gains a +3 bonus. If the Geller field is offline, increase the DN of the test to 5. Well, your Geller fields are still operational, so...
So we get +3 dice?
+3 dice, yep.
Sheesh.
What was the +1 from earlier?
That was all for his rolls, I believe, so
okay.
far. Okay, a critical for Peppa. A critical for Scorcha.
And we're all so good at this game, boys.
Very good. Please teach me. I want to be so good.
I just press a button, man. The good things happen, dog.
Our glory runneth over.
Yeah.
It really does. It really does. So as you can see, guys, there's multiple chances for things to happen and reoccur during these journeys. I need resolves tests from the other two, please. Another critical? No way.
Oh yeah, dude.
All right, we're all looking at you, War Boss.
Alexar, join the critical party. One of us. One of us.
I believe. Almost a 5.
Oh, you get +3.
Oh,
Yeah, it's at a +3 bonus.
sorry.
This is why you need Geller fields, folks. There you go. All right. Wonderful. Everybody passes. So you see horrible things in your mind as you enter and ply through the warp, as you often have before. But all of you are able to steal your minds, especially with the help of the Geller fields. And other than that, the journey is not too terrible, all things considered. It's probably one of the easier flying through the warps that you've had. However, we still have to exit the warp, because you can always land off target or land in a planet, which is never good. So he must... Stage 7 is exiting the warp. Once the duration of the journey has come to an end, the navigator must translate the vessel from the warp back into real space. Make a DN5 survival test. Okay, and his survival is through the roof. I don't think you're going to have a problem here. Especially when he rolls a critical success.
Wow.
All right, if passed, the vessel emerges from the warp on target, returning in open, empty real space, and the journey has come to an end. There is no need to roll on the inaccurate re-entry table. If a critical is rolled, the crew is so relieved to be back in real space, the vessel immediately regains D3 morale. So, obviously, the Vindication is already at max. However, I think the Fury can still get some, so go ahead and roll. That'd be you, Sean, since you're the captain of that ship.
I'm sorry, what am I rolling?
D3 for your morale, because of the critical.
61.
All right, up to 78 morale. It's not terrible. And a big sigh of relief through the fleet as you guys emerge relatively unscathed from the horrors of the warp. I guess we're going to keep playing this game, folks. Sorry, I tried. Okay, well, 2 weeks later, you've made it to Akrados. Yeah, no issue. You guys were here, right? So I guess you can be there if you want. I'll let you move the ship. You guys were there. So, oh wait, you were there? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you guys can move the ship. And I think the only other thing we'd have to worry about next time, I believe the engines are still damaged on the Fury, if I recall.
The thruster.
Engines?
The thrusters.
Yeah.
One thruster, I guess.
I think you guys have to go slower, but you're going through the warps, doesn't matter. Okay. Well, you guys arrive in orbit above Akrados, a planet about the size of Charcion, maybe a little bit bigger. And what you see is a massive debris field that just encompasses this planet. Think the rings on Saturn, but rather than a single plane, it's just an entire bubble of garbage and trash floating through space. To give you guys a further example, and just to show you what we're looking at here, I'll just show you this really quick. Tons of garbage in space. Parts of every little thing you could think. And the planet in the distance. As you guys emerge from the warp, that is what you see. And, well, we'll have to wait to next week to see what lies beyond that debris field and on the planet below. So that is where we will call it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry that fight took so long, but as it is in role-playing games, so a couple close calls there for Heachacka, though.
Big ol' mess.
All right. Well, thank you all. As always, we will see you next week as we finally get to check out the junk planet and what crazy stuff is down there. I have to wait and see. Thank you so much, and nighty-night.